Want to remind everybody the broadcast coverage of Docs baseball is available from the Score. Listen on the radio at 92.3 FM or 1490 AM, or you can watch live video coverage at 541radio.com for all your broadcast coverage of Docs baseball all season long.
Hello and good evening, everybody, from Bill Gray Legion Stadium at Champion Car Wash Field. It's time to kick off the 2022 summer of American Legion Baseball as your Roseburg Dr. Stewarts get ready to take on the Medford Mustangs. Welcome in, everybody, for the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. Let them make the run of the dump for you. Roseburg Disposal, 673-7122. Well, it's time once again for the boys of summer to suit it up and get ready to go, and what better than a hot and muggy day in the Umpqua Basin to get things started, and what better opponent to start it out against than the Medford Mustangs, who saw their streak of 6 consecutive state titles end in the title game last year here at Champion Car Wash Field against the Eugene Challengers. Medford looking to get back on that horse, while the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts looking to try and win one for the first time in a little while. And we'll talk more about that throughout the broadcast as we get you set up and ready to go for Docs baseball this summer. We got plenty coming up here during the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. We'll have a quick word with head coach Jeremiah Robbins to take a look at this season here in just a few. But we want to remind you before we get things started that tonight's game is streaming with live video online at 541radio.com. Video coverage of Docs baseball this summer is presented by the Cow Creek Tribe. You can head there to 541radio.com to watch games throughout the season, or head to our YouTube channel, search 1490 The Score, and watch it there. You can find past broadcasts of games from last summer, championship tournament games, and you can catch all the games throughout this year, and then they'll be archived there on our YouTube channel as well. We'll check in with Coach Jeremiah Robbins when we come back after a quick 2-minute timeout. This is Doc Stewart's Baseball coming at you tonight on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to, by hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations, top of the hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Back with more of our Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can let them make the run to the dump for you. Call them at 673-7122. Docs baseball kicking off the season here at Bill Gray Legion Stadium at Champion Car Wash Field. And we get a chance to catch up with head coach Jeremiah Robbins. Coach, another season for you and for the Docs. We talked a little yesterday. It's been a bit of a scramble. You had to push back tryouts, but you were okay with that. It meant that things were going well for the high school teams, but a scramble of a couple of days to get ready to make sure everybody's got the right jersey on, make sure everybody's got the pieces pieces they need. And here we go. Let's get into a summer. How things looking for the Docs?
We're excited. I know the kids are excited. Had a little workout last night. Mainly it was our meet and greet with our parents and got our uniforms, and they all got the right numbers on today. We had our BP session, so we actually had our first real practice session about an hour and a half ago. So we're excited. It's good. I really like our makeup of our club. We got a nice mix of County and Roseburg High School, and we're all together as one. So it's going to be a fun summer.
We talked yesterday at that meet and greet about how, the success of what we saw in the high school is kind of a nice foundation for you guys going into the summer, seeing South Umpqua win the title, UVC in the championship game for the Roseburg, and other teams, in the postseason playing meaningful baseball late in the year. How do you guys try to continue to build off of what you saw from the high school teams here in the county?
Well, they got to be an example for us. We already talked about that before the game started. Had a little brief team meeting, and the South Umpqua guys, that wasn't luck that they won that. They did something special this year, and our Roseburg kids getting to the second round, and obviously a big matchup with Clackamas, and then the other kids too. The Glide kids, they all played in postseason baseball, so that's something that needs to carry over to the whole club for the few guys that didn't. And there's those teams that are playing after the regular season is over, there's a special chemistry, and we need to continue that and build on it here. And it'll be a short time. It's going to be a blink of an eye. We're going to be hosting that state tournament, so it's got to happen early, and today's a great start.
You mentioned the chemistry part, and that's always big here early on in the season. You bring back 10 guys from last year's team that took you guys to the fourth day of the state tournament, so some great experience coming back. But overall, like you said yesterday with me, not a lot of Doc Stewart's experience on this roster. You've got two guys that have getting their third year under their belt this year, and looking at just kind of breaking these guys in. What's going to be the process here in this first week? Obviously getting in 5 games in a short period of time.
Yeah, we're not going to take it slow. We're going to attack it early, and they need to understand that, and that's us giving them the constant verbiage of the expectation of the program and what we need from them and what they want to give. At the end of the day, we can write up a really nice blueprint for a successful summer, but they got to buy into it, and that's been the most impressive thing so far is everything we've asked during tryouts, during yesterday's meet and greet, and this afternoon getting ready, they've been spot on with listening and paying attention and doing it right. So that's the little things that we look at. Those are the things that will win championships. So they're on the right track for sure.
Tonight you guys take on Medford, and I know it's early. There's a lot to learn about everybody. You'll have meaningful games against Medford coming up in league play later on. But starting out the season, you did it last year. I got to play 2 early against Medford. This year you get to start out with your home opener, season opener against the Mustangs. It's kind of setting a tone, knowing that they've been at the top and contending for state titles for the last decade here in the state of Oregon. Start out with the top and start out with the best.
Yeah, it is, and I've did it every year I've been back as a head coach. We always play Medford. Usually it's a home and away in the same week, but with the conflict of schedules for us, we'll make that game up June 20th. I'm sure you'll talk about that. But, you want to open with the best. And, Medford's done some good things, and they're well coached. And that's there's some things that we're looking at what they do that we're trying to get here, and that's that chemistry piece. It seems when the Mustangs get together, there's just so much chemistry, and they play for each other. And, we're going to get that here, and we're almost there. This year will be our breakthrough year of getting it to a solid set in stone. It's about the name on the front, not the back. And to open with those guys, it's a great test. I mean, we're going to play them probably 4 times in league, so we got to be ready to go. And our guys are still finding their way. They're still trying to see what new numbers they have on the back of their jersey, so that'll be good. But to open with Medford is always a challenge, and it's a challenge that we accept.
All right, Coach. Best of luck to you guys out there tonight.
Thank you, Joey.
That is Coach Jeremiah Robbins back with Docs on 541radio.com and on The Score.
My name's Chris. 2016, I got lymphoma stage 3 cancer and went through radiation for 6 months. I was exhausted all the time, and that's when I found One Peak Medical. My family life got better because I was more attentive and more energy. Because of One Peak Medical, I'm back doing everything I love to do.
Hormone balancing can help with fatigue, anxiety, pain, and much more. Call or book online today at onepeakmedical.com.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Well, we welcome you back here to Bill Gray Legion Stadium at Champion Car Wash Field as we get ready to begin the season for Roseburg, Clint Newell, Dr. Stewart's baseball here on The Score. Joey Kieran here with you and getting ready to get things started as the Docs will take the field as the home team here today. Let's go ahead and start things off with our Cooper's Pest Control starting lineups as we wrap things up with our Roseburg Disposal pregame show. When you're looking for the best defense, call Cooper's Pest Control to protect your home from those summer bugs. Cooper's Pest Control, your locally owned bug assassins. Call them at 673-0363. For head coach Nate Maben in his 12th year with the Medford Mustangs, who are 1-0 on the season, it'll be Cody Boragine leading things off, the center fielder, followed by second baseman Cameron Sewell. Tanner Douglas, the first baseman, bats third, followed by third baseman Jace Miller. In left field, batting fifth, Aiden Horsley, followed by the catcher, Jeremiah Robbins. He is the nephew of Doc's head coach, Jeremiah Robbins. In the seventh spot, Owen Thompson, the DH, batting for Julius Bolstad, the pitcher for the Mustangs. Shortstop, Frankie Retigliano bats eighth, and rounding out the starting nine will be Caleb Long in right field for the Mustangs. On the mound for the Docs to start out the season will be the right-hander from Douglas High School. Class of 20, that's the wrong roster there. Class of 2024, just a sophomore this last year. Tristan Ledbetter will get the start today. Behind the plate, catching for the Docs in game one will be Knox Hubbard. At first base, Evan Corbin. At second base, Cade Johnson. His cousin, Jace Johnson, at third base, while Austin Takahashi mans shortstop. In the outfield from left to right for the Docs, Sebastian Watson, Carson Dunn, and Dominic Tatone. 10 returning starters for this Docs team in 2022. And they've got 9 players out of Roseburg High School, 4 out of South Umpqua, 2 from Douglas, 1 from Glide, and 1 returning player from a first year at college. Blake Withers spent last year redshirting with UCC. He's originally from Umpqua Valley Christian. Well, might as well break the ice and invite him into the broadcast. We talked about it's been a little while since the last time the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts had won a state championship, and they're hoping to break that streak here. But the guy that was behind the microphone the last time they did it is sitting to my left. I got to say thank you to him while I get the opportunity, because he was the guy that gave me the opportunity to sit here and do this for the last decade. Can you believe it's been 10 years since you let me take over for you?
Oh, Joey.
It's Mr. Brian Prowlis joining me on.
I am so excited to be here. It is so cool. This is so much fun. It's like a reunion. I even pulled out the book out of the closet to come down here. I haven't done a ball game or scored a game in like 7 years.
He had to knock off some rust.
And I pulled out the very book I had in 2010 when the Doc Stewarts went to the American Legion World Series, and I couldn't remember who they played all the way down to the end, but it was Eden Prairie, Minnesota, that knocked him out of the World Series. Anyway, here we are. It's back, and it's great to sit here with you, my friend.
It's great to have you with us. It's a surprise that we hadn't done this before. 2010, the last state title. That year finishing third in the World Series. Doc's hoping to see a run magic like that this summer. And all starts with the first pitch from Tristan Ledbetter, the righty from Douglas. Winds and fires in the first pitch to Cody Boragine is high. Boragine bats from the left side of the box, or the plate, I should say. Boragine from North Medford High School spent this last spring at Delta College in Stockton, California. He'll hit one hard down the first base side foul, and that'll give him a 1-1 count. We're streaming live online at 541radio.com and on our YouTube channel, 1490 The Score. Check it out there. Video coverage is brought to you by the Cow Creek Tribe. 1-1 pitch here for Ledbetter. Misses high. Cody Boragine, originally from North Medford High School, graduated in 2021, played in 31 games at Delta this last year, .314 batting average, had 7 RBIs. He's a pitcher as well for the Mustangs back when he was in high school, but he did not pitch in college. Ledbetter attacks the inside corner for strike 2 to even up the count against Boragine, leading things off top of the first between the Mustangs and the Doc Stewarts. 2-2 out of the windup for Ledbetter. Breaking ball, slapping at it. Boragine will stay alive with the defensive swing. It is a muggy day here in the Umpqua Basin. We'll take a look at the weather here as we get things started. Sweating up here in the booth. The 2-2 count. Ledbetter gets another defensive swing out of Boragine as he gets just a piece of the breaking ball to stay alive. 84 degrees in Roseburg today, and let's see if my handy-dandy smartphone tells me. Feels like 84. Humidity at 40% today. That is exactly what it feels like there. 2-2 pitch. That ball laced to right field, stays in fair territory, down the line into the corner for Boragine. He'll round for second. Dominic Titone in right field sends it back in, but staying at second base will be Cody Boragine. And off to the
next batter, number 16, Cameron.
Off to the races there for Boragine as he gets that one just down the right field line for a leadoff double. Battle at the plate against Tristan Ledbetter, and the Mustangs will get the better of that one. And we start off with nobody out and a man in scoring position. Cameron Sewell will bat from the left side as well, and he steps in next. First pitch swinging. He'll put one out towards right center. Long run for Titone, and he dives, cannot cut the ball off. It'll roll to the fence. Heading for a third goes Sewell as one run scores. Medford up 1-0 here early on against Tristan Ledbetter, who is getting his first shot at pitching for the Doc Stewarts and at the AAA level, and already a couple of hits in this ball game. It's tough for a young kid getting a chance to face Medford in your first outing.
Yeah, Coach Robbins talked about it in the pregame show, talking about how seasoned and solid and confident this team is, and you can just kind of tell they're bringing that attitude to the plate.
1-0 lead for Medford. Another lefty. It'll be Tanner Douglas, the first baseman for the Mustangs. Takes the first pitch outside for ball one. Tanner Douglas, hailing from South Medford, fouls off a pitch to even up the count. 1-1 Douglas, South Medford, class of 2022. First team All-Southwest Conference pitcher. Second team All-State at first base for him this year. The 1-1 pitch to him, fouled off. And I'd say the Ledbetter so far, he hasn't looked like he's been nervous or maybe feeling like the moment's too big for him. He's attacking these hitters. It's just a talented lineup for Medford. And coming from Douglas, I don't know if he's seen many hitters like this to fill out the top three spots in a lineup. Another foul ball from Douglas, a ball and 2 strikes with nobody out and a man at third. 1-0 Medford in the top of the first.
You were describing the experience the top 3 hitters have had. First of all, they're all lefties, but are they all college guys?
No, the Boragine was a college returnee. He is the only one. Sewell from South Medford High School. He's a class of 2023. Outside on the 1-2 pitch.
I do think there's the whole getting your first time out of the way on the mound for the Docs players, too. So there is that nervousness.
Oh, I'm sure. But he gets a breaking ball in the dirt, and that will be, well, they're going to call it a foul ball. Initially, it looked like they were saying that Douglas swung and missed for strike 3 on a ball in the dirt, but I believe our crew out there, the umpire in the field, saying no, he got a piece of that. So staying alive by the skin of his teeth, Tanner Douglas, a 2-2 count. Time called, and now out to the mound will go Knox Hubbard for a quick mound visit.
That was an Ichiro moment where the ball bounces. It's still a live ball. And Ledbetter's breaking ball is his best pitch right now, so he keeps throwing it. And that was in the dirt, and he got a chase. And somehow Douglas touched the ball with his bat. I don't know how, but Tom Nelson said it, and I believe it.
He's been at it for a while. We'll trust him there. The 2-2 fouled back into the brand new netting. I don't know if you've been to many Docs games since you hung up the microphone there, Prowitz, but new netting behind home this year, in case you were curious.
I could tell. It's beautiful. You can see right through it.
It is. 2-2 count here with nobody out. A man at third for the Mustangs, leading 1-0. Another ball fouled back, and Douglas battling against Ledbetter. Ledbetter has been throwing pitches that these guys haven't necessarily squared up. It's not like he's up there lobbing them in and they're smacking it around the ballpark. They've had to fight their way to square one up. So far we've had 2 well-hit balls for a double and a triple here in the first inning. But those have come after some lengthy battles. Sewell had the shortest trip at the plate. He stands at third right now after his RBI triple. The 2-2. This time, he did get a piece of it again. Douglas chasing that breaking ball low. He has continued to just stay alive at the plate.
9 pitches, 5 foul balls here, and a long at bat for the 3-hitter for Medford.
Jace Miller waiting on deck. He's the third baseman with nobody out. The 2-2 pitch inside, just missing the jersey for Tanner Douglas. Speaking of which, all gray today for the Mustangs. Gray tops, the button-ups with the navy blue numbers on the back outlined in a thin red stripe and then a thicker white stripe. The gray trousers with the red and white stripe down the side of the leg as the 3-2 pitch into center field to drive in another run. Medford will take an early 2-0 lead on the RBI single by Tanner Douglas. Still nobody out. 3 straight hits to start out the ball game, and I was told before we got this one started that be ready as this game wears on. They've agreed on allowing any sort of substitutions that it's open season on substitutions, so those drive a broadcaster crazy because your scorecard looks a mess when it's all said and done. First pitch fouled away by Jace Miller. That will get out of play down the right field side.
Does that include the guys on the radio?
We're already mixing it up on everybody here.
Substitutions,
so, yeah,
everywhere.
Yes. This is the second game for Medford, first game for the Docs. Everybody's trying to kind of figure out what they have, and so it'll be interesting to see where things go. Scrambling back to the bag, Tanner Douglas in safely. At first base, Evan Corbin playing there. He got some time at first base during the spring season with the Roseburg Indians. As they pitch outside, a 1-1 count for Jace Miller, first right-hander in the lineup for the Mustangs. 20 pitches already for Ledbetter. Got a feeling that Corbin will be at first base a lot this summer. It's a breaking ball, and you said it. That is Tristan Ledbetter's best pitch so far today is the breaking ball. A lot of movement on that curveball, and he gets a big swing and a miss out of Jace Miller.
It's just a nice off-speed complement to his fastball, and it's got a lot of downward motion to it.
The 1-2 tries to go back to it, misses on the outside corner, 2-2 count. Good friend John Megulanis showing up to the ballpark. Always enjoy seeing him. He's been here for a long time. Staple at that spot right outside the door. 2-2 count from Ledbetter. Bounces in out at first base. Douglas in a bit of an extra secondary lead, but he goes back to the bag. As Knox Hubbard behind the plate does a good job as the backstop to knock it down and keep it playable. 3-2 pitch. Wind is blowing just a bit out towards right field here at Champion Car Wash Field. The 3-2 runner going. Strike 3 called. Getting in safely to second base will go Douglas, but there is a strikeout looking for Jace Miller. And that is the first out for Tristan Ledbetter here in the top of the first inning. Gets a big one there. Strikeouts this season for Doc Stewart's baseball are brought to you by One Peak Medical. Don't let the perfect pitch get by you. If you're tired of waiting months to see a doctor, visit onepeakmedical.com to book your appointment today. First pitch just above the strike zone to Aiden Horsley, the left fielder. You know, it's kind of the adjustment mentally for yours truly. I saw a lot of these guys during the high school season with Medford and North and South Medford. It's a pitch just low to Aiden Horsley. He's got a 2-0 count. So I've seen a lot of these guys play recently, but to see all of them stacked in one lineup, it's always crazy. And I feel like you see name after name and you think, boy, how could this team lose? But that's what everybody's kind of like as we get into the summer. 2-0 pitch. Chop towards third. Over the top of Jace Johnson. Couldn't get up high enough to get to that bounder off the springy turf. Throw to the plate from left field. Sebastian Watson's throw, I think, hit the runner, slowed it down. Knox Hubbard had to move from the plate to go get it. And Aiden Horsley an RBI as he makes it a 3-0 lead for Medford and ends up at second base.
Yeah, give him the single on the chopper to left, and then he takes second on the throw home. It was a pretty good throw by Watson, but it was offline just a bit. And good hustle. No doubt Tanner Douglas was going to turn the corner there because that ball took a long time to bounce over Jace Johnson at third and die out there on the turf. And now a visit from Jeremiah Robbins to settle Ledbetter down just a little bit.
The youngster, he's just a sophomore this year at Douglas High School. And was a little surprised. You know, you've seen your fair share of Doc Stewart's rosters through the year, Brian, and not often you get a lot of young guys on rosters. Every so often one or so comes along. But this year you've got Ledbetter is a youngster out there for the Docs. So is Evan Martin from Douglas. He's on the roster. And then a number of guys that just finished up their junior year in high school as well. So it's a young roster. This group could be together for a few years.
I forget about all that stuff. Getting into the start of the season, you think about how young. I didn't even think about, hey, who are the young guys and who are the returners from college? And, you know, the rules changed this summer, I understand, too, for where you can draw and the total number of students that you can pull from. And it really helps the places that have a lot of schools and had to choose which schools to go with, and it definitely helps Medford, I think.
1 out, 4 hits so far here in the top of the first for Medford. Up to bat will be Jeremiah Robbins, the catcher for the Mustangs. He takes the first pitch for strike one. Out at second base, Aiden Horsley after his RBI single, and then advancing to second on the throw to the plate. The 0-1 count from Ledbetter is low. You know, talking about that whole recruiting, the tryout process, the filling out your roster, they did increase it. You can recruit or get players from schools up to a maximum of 7,500 enrollment this summer as the new rules. The 1-1 in. Bounces in the dirt for Robbins, a 2-1 count. So up to 7,500. And Jeremiah said, yeah, it's pretty much the wild, wild west out there now. He said he even had interest from guys going to Sheldon to come down and play for him. But this field, the new facilities, the support, always coming from the community, and he wanted to stay true to the roots here in Douglas County with this team. As long as there's guys here locally that want to try hard and continue to play hard during the summer for the Dr. Stewarts and the name on the front of your chest, he wants to be putting those guys in the lineup.
There always should be guys that want to come and play during the summer, right? Hope you never run out of that.
3-1 count for Jeremiah Robbins, misses low. That'll be the first walk issued by Ledbetter. Is some action up in the bullpen now for the Docs.
That doesn't hurt Ledbetter at all. Now it sets up a force on the infield, so that's not a bad place to miss. It'd just be good for Ledbetter to throw a few more strikes if he could, and there's action in the Docs bullpen.
Got the righty up there. I believe that's Blake Withers, as we will get a courtesy runner for the catcher at first base, and that looked like it was Kyle Cope from South Medford who will take over there. Runners at first and second, one away, and yeah, they'd like to see a ground ball to try and turn two. First pitch, though, from Ledbetter misses to Owen Thompson, the DH. A new name for me. He comes from Cascade Christian, was the #1 team in the 3A classification this year, but got upset on their way through the playoffs. Pitch low to him, 2-0 count. We were expecting to, I think a lot of people were expecting to see a rematch between Cascade Christian and South Umpqua in the 3A state title game, the 1 and 2 teams out of the Far West League, Special District 4 in the 3A this year. And unfortunately, we didn't get that rematch. Pitch outside, 3-0 count now. It's Eli Jacobs throwing in the bullpen, another lengthy right-hander. Didn't see Jacobs throw much during the spring, so this will be a new experience for him as well. And it looks like Robbins and his coaching staff, they're throwing the young guys to the wolves here against this Medford lineup. 3-0 pitch does catch the zone, 3-1.
So sophomore from Douglas comes in, faces probably the best team in the state in Legion baseball right now, I would assume.
Yeah,
and get him out there and get some reps and show them, hey, this is how much work it's going to take.
3-1. Does catch the zone on another breaking ball, hits the low outside corner.
And Jeremiah knows this is building for the future. You go back to the conversation about would the Docs ever allow like a Sheldon Eugene kid to come down. Well, that just takes development time away from everybody around here.
Mm-hmm. Ground ball left side. It goes to Jace Johnson. Feeds it to Cade. Back over to Corbin. Scoop at first for the double play. 5-4-3. The Twin Killen finishes things off in the top of the first. Medford gets 3, though. 3 runs come in on 4 hits, no Docs errors, and it'll be 1 runner left on base for Medford. We'll head to the bottom of the first. We'll take a look at the lineup for the Docs when we return on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Spot. That's number 20, Owen Thompson, for the pitcher, Julius Bolstad.
Bottom of the first inning. Docs trail 3-0, looking to try and play some catch-up against Medford. Let's take a look at the Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup for the Docs. Head coach Jeremiah Robbins in his 6th year with the program. After a short hiatus, he gets back here to Douglas County. Kay Johnson, the second baseman, leads things off, followed by Sebastian Watson, the left fielder. Austin Takahashi at shortstop bats third. Evan Corbin, the first baseman, batting cleanup, followed by Dominic Tatone, the right fielder. Parker Burke, the DH, will bat in the 6th spot for Tristan Ledbetter, the pitcher. Knox Hubbard, the catcher, batting 7th. Chase Johnson at third base, hitting 8th. And Carson Dunn, the center fielder, will wrap up the starting 9. That is your lineup for the Docs. As up to bat, it's Cade Johnson, and he takes low for ball 1 on the first pitch from Julius Bolstad. Bolstad from Phoenix High School, was a junior this year in high school. Will be a big righty on the mound. Fires in, ground ball, back up the middle, and Cade Johnson will get the Docs started with a little bit of offense. And the leadoff man has the first hit of 2022. And first hits this season for the Doc Stewarts are brought to you by MSK True Value. Every first hit is presented by MSK True Value. Make sure that you don't swing and miss with your next project. Head to MSK True Value and Building Supply, located in Myrtle Creek and Tri-City. So 1 on, nobody out as the Docs look to catch up. Up to bat will be Sebastian Watson, the left fielder. As the ball was in the dirt, going to take off late for second, and in safely goes Johnson. Swing and a miss at the plate by Watson. But the runner gets a chance to move into scoring position. And so that is a little bit of help early on for the Docs.
Pass ball, wild pitch, what was that?
I believe a stolen base is what I would probably put
just
that.
I'm just hustle.
He was getting
play.
there. He read the downward trajectory. Got himself over there.
Wasn't on the catcher. He stole it himself.
Yeah.
What am I doing?
Watson at the plate from Roseburg High School, his 2nd year with the Doc Stewarts. We'll wait for a pitching visit to the mound there for Jeremiah Robbins, the catcher for Medford. We'll take a look at the Mustangs' defensive alignment here in the bottom of the first. 0-1 pitch from Bolstad. He fires in a strike to make it an 0-2 count for Watson. Out at first base, Tanner Douglas. Cameron Sewell at second. Jace Miller at third. Frankie Rutigliano at short. In the outfield from left to right for the Mustangs, Aiden Horsley, Cody Boragine, and Caleb Long. 0-2 pitch from Bolstad, fouled back, staying alive. Watson will get another look at another 0-2 pitch coming up with a runner in scoring position. Docs trailing 3-0 in the bottom of the first. Their first at-bats here in 2022. Docs wearing black tops, new jerseys this year for the team. It's the 0-2 here for Bolstad. taking a long time to look to second. He fires in. Ground ball up the middle. Snagged by the pitcher as he falls to the turf. Throws over to first base. Douglas receives it as he steps on the bag, moving into foul territory. So a 1-3 put out for Sebastian Watson. Up to third base goes Johnson. So the first run of the season for the Docs, moving 90 feet closer to home.
Dangerous moment there for the pitcher Bolstad because he got it and he was kind of falling down, and on contact, Cade Johnson took off. Had that gotten past the pitcher, he would have scored easily because the shortstop was kind of deking behind second and was sprinting back toward his position at short. And a good play by Bolstad, who never even thought about going to third. It works like a bunt for the Docs.
Yeah, basically a sack bunt attempt almost. The lefty, Austin Takahashi, will stand into bat. He takes low for ball one. Great season for Takahashi as a junior at Roseburg High School this year. He was named the Southwest Conference Co-Pitcher of the Year, splitting the award with current Medford second baseman Cameron Sewell. The 1-0 to Takahashi. He takes low and outside. He also had a great year at the plate for Roseburg. Takahashi, 346 average, 14 RBIs, 4 triples, and 18 walks. A real disciplined hitter. He's got a 2-0 count with Cade Johnson, the leadoff man, at third. Ball gets by the catcher. Robbins has to chase it to the backstop, and that'll be an easy way to score the first run of the season. Docs on the board on a pass ball. So Cade Johnson gets on with a single, steals second, moves to third on a ground out to the mound by Watson, and now scores on a pass ball, and the Docs back within 2. We may see a lot of offense today.
1 run without a benefit of a hit, except Johnson's hit to get on.
And not even a full 3 at-bats into this game, and he comes around to score. The 3-0 pitch. Strike 1 on the outside corner to Takahashi. Robbins told me yesterday at the meet and greet they had here at the stadium that team speed's going to be one of their things, and so I could imagine they try to be aggressive on the base paths. There we go. Get that out of there. The 3-1. Ground ball left side. Off the glove for Miller at third. Trickles to the shortstop. Retigliano, no play to be made. And that'll be an error to start off things for Takahashi. He gets on.
Number 12, Evan Corbin.
We're running out of ways for guys to get 90 feet.
Yeah.
Single, stolen base.
Docs are finding all sorts of ways to do it.
Ground out, E5. Talk about speed and a little bit of plate discipline. Maya loves that action. I bet you he cannot wait for little bunt plays and playing small ball.
Evan Corbin will bat. Doc's first baseman from Roseburg High School. He was the Southwest Conference Pitcher of the Year. Well, actually, it was technically the Southern Oregon Conference. It was the made-up year after COVID where they kind of played a regional schedule. So the conference featured teams that used to be back in the old Southern Oregon Conference days in the 5A classification, now Ashland and Crater and Eagle Point. And that year, Evan Corbin was the Pitcher of the Year in the league as a sophomore. This year it was Takahashi from Roseburg that was the Pitcher of the Year. 3 straight years Roseburg High School's had the Pitcher of the Year in the league. Corbin at first base today, though, a 1-1 count for him. Didn't hit a lot during the spring with Roseburg, but when he did get his chances, he found ways to connect. Pickoff throw to first base. Takahashi, also a guy that stole a number of bases during the spring with Roseburg. He'll take a big lead over there. Tanner Douglas holding him on. With Roseburg, he'll take a big lead over there. Tanner Douglas holding him on. 1 away in the bottom of the first, 3-1 ball game. Medford in front. Corbin takes a strike on the outside corner.
Stretching that zone horizontally. He got the outside corner from Tom Nelson, the home plate umpire. Jason McGuire, by the way, on the infield.
2-man crew today for us for the boys in gray today. That is the umpires, not Medford. The 1-2 pitch, back up towards second base. Fielded, throw to short. The throw back to first. Sewell to Retigliano to Douglas, and it's a double play that finishes off the bottom of the first for Medford, copying what the Docs did in the top of the first. That is a 4-6-3 double play that will finish off things. Docs get 1 back as we head to the top of the second. It is 3-1. Medford in front on 541radio.com and on the score. 92.3 FM at 1490 AM.
We are Douglas County Farmers Co-op, but we're not just for farmers. We serve all residents of Douglas County because we are Douglas County. Stop by today for everything from a tank of gas to a bite to eat Anytime you're hungry, pick up something for yourself, your home, and those you care for. Celebrating 100 years of service, Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Good people, good products, and good advice.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Top of the second inning, 3-1, Medford in front. In this 9-inning game, a single one for us today. It'll be Retigliano, Long, and Boragine to lead things off for Medford. Want to say thanks again to Cooper's Pest Control, our starting lineup sponsor. When you're looking for the best defense, call Cooper's Pest Control to protect your home from those summer bugs. Cooper's Pest Control, 673-0363. On the mound, still Tristan Ledbetter, and first pitch gets away from him. He will hit the leadoff man, Retigliano, who gets on base.
Next batter, number 18, Caleb Long.
And so out of 8 hitters to the plate for Medford, 6 of them have found a way on base now. We had the double play by Owen Thompson and then Jace Miller, and those are the 2 guys that did not get on base. Caleb Long, the 9-hitter, will stand in as the sun starts to peek its way through. Clouds off in the distance here on a muggy day in the Umpqua Basin. Outside for ball 1 to Caleb Long, the right fielder. Sun's been setting late, so those shadows are going to stretch out across the diamond from the left side to the right field fence. It's another pitch low, 2 balls, no strikes. The American flag in center field continues to gently wave in the breeze that I'm sure feels great for everybody sitting down in the stands today here at Champion Car Wash Field. Over to first base. Pick off throw. Retigliano back safely. Have you gotten used to calling it Champion Car Wash Field?
Oh, sure. I do it a lot.
It took a little bit of an adjustment, but we've gotten there. Runner going, back to the mound, just by Ledbetter, and then just by Johnson into center field. The runner going all the way to third. Tag applied. Not going to be in time. So running on the pitch, Retigliano able to get 2 bases. That ball laser by Ledbetter on the mound. I don't know how it didn't hit him. And then sliding to try and get to it, Cade Johnson behind second. Almost scooped that and kept it on the infield, but it gets by him into center field where Carson Dunn sends it back in. That was a rocket shot there.
Well, the runner took off, too, so at second base, Johnson was going to second to cover for the throw, so he was already moving that way, and then the line drive, he almost ran into the line drive right at the bag.
Nobody out. It'll be back to the top of the order for the lefty, Cody Boragine. Pickoff throw to first by Ledbetter. Boragine will bat with runners on the corners and nobody out. He had a double to lead off the game to left. He squares a bunt, push it down the third base side. Fielding by Johnson, but he cannot get it cleanly. He was going to have to make a bang-bang throw to first. The play at the plate didn't look like it was going to be there. And a run scores, everyone's safe. Up to second goes Long. On safely is Boragine with the RBI.
Yeah, I'd say single to the left side for sure. A little bobble there by Johnson. But right there is the stuff that Jeremiah Robbins wants to do, which is put pressure on, move the runners, small ball, force the defense to come up with a great play.
They'll do it again, another bunt. It goes back to the mound. Ledbetter tosses it to first just in time. Thought maybe he'd have a little bit more time, I think, there for Ledbetter, and the youngster got it to Corbin just ahead of Cameron Sewell, who lays down the sack bunt to move both runners into scoring position. First out here in the second for the Docs. Boragine at second, Long at third. I think maybe Ledbetter will learn there. These guys are quick, especially out of the left-handed side of the plate, and you got to make sure that gets there ahead of the runner. Swinging away, Tanner Douglas, the 3-hitter. Had an RBI single in the first. He's got a chance to drive in a run or two here in the second. Already 4-1. Medford in front of the Doc Stewarts. 0-1 from Ledbetter. Breaking ball that he pops up. A lot of foul territory to try and cover. Jace Johnson does make the catch. And over in the bullpens on both the left side and the right side, it is playable. And so if a guy can track it into the bullpen, he can still make the catch, and that's exactly what Jace Johnson does. The third baseman makes the play in foul territory. There are 2 outs with runners at second and third, and it'll be Jace Miller who chops one third base side. Jace Johnson hurries to throw to first in time. Busy half inning for Jace Johnson at third base, and he'll make the final put out. They limit the damage for Medford, who got runners on but could not capitalize for more than just 1 run on 2 hits, no Doc's errors, and 2 runners left on base for the Mustangs. To the bottom of the second, it's 4-1. Medford in front of Roseburg on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Swimming season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyze and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
First batter for the Doc Stewards to lead off the bottom of the second inning. Number 3, Dominic Tatone.
Welcome you back here to Roseburg's Champion Car Wash Field. Dominic Tatone, Parker Burke, and Knox Hubbard will lead things off for the Docs in the bottom of the second, trailing 4-1 against the Mustangs. Here in our season opener on the score, Joey Kieran and Brian Prowitz along with you. The first pitch from Julius Bolstad misses high and away to the lefty Dominic Tatone from Roseburg High School. Tatone in his second year with the Docs. Only 2 guys on the roster that are playing their third summer with the Docs this year. Is a 1-0 pitch. Tatone back up the middle. And so far we've seen a lot of hits right back through the box, up the middle and over the mound. And the Docs looking to try and square him up there against Bolstad. Do one for the leadoff single by Dominic Tatone. Second hit of the game for the Docs, and it's been the leadoff hitter in both the first and the second inning for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. Brings up Parker Burke, the son of Jamie Burke. I'm sure he gets that all the time. DHing today. He also catches and pitches. First pitch swinging for the youngster was a junior at Roseburg this last year. Fouls it off. Burke DHing for Ledbetter in the 6th spot in the lineup here. The 0-1 pitch from Bolstad. Throw over to first base. Nice pickoff throw, but just ahead of the tag goes Tatone back into the bag. Julius Bolstad from Phoenix High School. Big righty, fires in. That pitch was high in the air, back behind first. Tanner Douglas tracking it down like a wide receiver in football. Douglas over the shoulder on the deep fade underneath it in foul territory. And that retires Parker Burke for the first out here in the bottom of the second.
If this was still Legion Field with grass, which I know you've completely forgotten,
absolutely,
there would have been about 3 different elevation changes on that
yes.
back pedal with your eyes up in the air, tripping, and you maybe not tripping, but I mean, you'd
back behind first base.
Athletic guys could handle that. You and I'd fall down.
Oh, I fall down just thinking about it. 1 away. First pitch fouled off by Knox Hubbard. Bats from the left side, a senior this last year, graduating in 2022 at Roseburg High School. Knox catching today. They've got 3 catchers, 3 guys that caught during the spring, I should say, on the roster for this year. Knox, Parker Burke, and Braxton Dill as a ball fouled off the front foot for Knox Hubbard. 0-2 count. Here on a muggy day in the Umpqua Basin. Don't get many days like this, so it feels like it's worth noting. Sweat is just sticking to you. The 0-2. That ball flared to left side. That could be trouble. Tailing towards the line. Bounces in. That's a base hit for Knox Hubbard. Second hit of the frame. Third hit of the game for the Docs. They've all been singles so far, but Knox going opposite field for the lefty. Flares that one out there. Aiden Horsley in left field not expecting one towards the line. Long way to run. And Hubbard gets on safely. Tatone moves to second. No courtesy runner for the catcher here. It'll be Jace Johnson, the third baseman, standing in next. Just one out. Bolstad on the mound, out of his stretch. Misses high and inside for ball one. Jace Johnson, part of that state championship South Umpqua club, led by head coach Steve Stebbins. They were the number 2 seed, make their way all the way there, and then win in dominant fashion in the state title game up at Volcano Stadium. As a pitch bounces in, out at second base, Tatone watching intently, retreats back to second base. A 2-0 count for Johnson. There's a breaking ball buried in the artificial turf dirt here at Champion Car Wash Field. South Umpqua, pretty special year for those guys down there. They played for a football state championship, and about 9 of those guys on the football team played in the baseball state championship as well, winning their first title since 1979. As a big swing and a miss out of Jace Johnson will make it a 2-1 count. Johnson, Jace at the plate right now, will be back next year, just a junior this last season. Probably a well-known fact because I think I bring it up. Coach Stebbins down at South Umpqua, my varsity baseball coach back when my senior year. We took him to a state championship game. We did not finish it off my senior year, unfortunately, losing against Lake Ridge badly, which allowed me to get into the game, though.
Oh, that's good. Did you give him, did he call you in there for, a locker room pregame speech or anything?
No, he didn't go that far. I guess I should be disappointed about that.
Maybe next time.
2-1 to Jace Johnson in the dirt. 3 balls and a strike with 1 out. 2 runners on for the Docs in the bottom of the second. No, I don't think they needed that, but I would have gladly stepped up if asked.
Oh, sure.
But Coach Stebbins, he's a fiery guy if need be. So.
But still waiting for the invitation.
Yeah.
That's what I hear you say.
The 3-1 does catch the inside corner for Jace Johnson. Will make it a full count. But congrats to South Umpqua, big one there. Umpqua Valley Christian, a lot of their players in the Docs Legion system this summer, unfortunately falling just short of winning a state title for Dave York, who's helping manage all of what's going on this summer here at Legion Field, or Champion Car Wash Field. Ball 4 outside to Jace Johnson. He'll draw the 1-out walk to load him up. Hubbard goes to second. Tatone goes to third. And a chance for the Docs to try and really get back in this one, trying to put a crooked number up on the board, trailing 4-1 in the bottom of the second. It'll bring up Carson Dunn, who's manning center field. His speed, you want to talk about team speed, his speed helps out a lot. He's also got some pop in the bat when he can get a hold of one. He takes outside for ball 1, stepping in here in a big spot to try and get something in. And here comes a visit to the mound for Medford's coaching staff.
What I like about what I've seen so far in about 10 outs of baseball thus far is that in the first inning, Ledbetter was kind of knocked around 37 pitches, and we were a little surprised when he came out in the second inning, but he came back with an 8-pitch top of the second, and now here the Docs are just chopping away, a couple singles and a walk, and some good at-bats. I was a little worried because they hadn't seen very many pitches from Bolstad, but now, the discipline at the plate is there, and now, heck, you get a base hit, score a couple, and it's a whole new ball game.
Yeah. Today's game brought to you by Good Vibrations Solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. The 1-0 pitch from Bolstad outside to Carson Dunn, 2-0 count, 9-hitter at the plate, and, you were talking about seeing pitches. Well, 9-hitter to the plate. So on deck, Kay Johnson. He's seen a few pitches. Now you get a second time through. You've kind of gotten to Bolstad a little bit. Maybe a golden opportunity to start putting some runs on the board for the Docs. Pitch across for a strike to Dunn. A 2-1 count.
And since Bolstad's been struggling around the plate a little bit, you don't have to. You can be a little patient if you're Carson Dunn and get yourself into a good situation like a 2-1 count like this one.
Bases loaded with one away. Dunn, big cut. He thought it was a favorable situation. Chases what looked to be a breaking ball, low and outside, and it's a 2-2 count. Carson Dunn with a home run during the spring season for the Docs, or for Roseburg High School, I should say. Only one home run hit by Roseburg High School here at home, though. 2-2 pitch. That ball in the air towards right field. Could be a chance to drive in one on a sac fly. I think should do it. Caught by Long in right field. Tagging and heading to the plate will come Dominic Titone. They throw the ball in, trying to make sure that Jace Johnson at first doesn't have a chance to try and move up. Knox Hubbard tags and moves to third. So a sac fly for Carson Dunn. Runners on the corners with 2 down. And it's a 2-run ball game once again.
It's good baseball.
Get the runs where you can get them. Now a 2-out rally is definitely within realm as the top of the order comes up to bat. Kay Johnson, who singled back through the middle in the first inning, has a chance to try and pick up his first RBI of the season. Grounds it towards third. Down on it, Jace Miller fires to first. Little low, but Douglas scoops it out. And that will finish things off in the second inning. But the Docs, they continue to hang around with Medford. 1 run in on 2 hits. There were no errors. And 2 runners left on base for the Stewies. We go to the top of the third. It is 4-2. Medford in front of the Docs on 541radio.com and on the score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I don't think you realize how much energy you've lost until you start the hormone replacement process.
Our energy really started to wane. We were both gaining weight. My sleep pattern got really messed up.
One Peak Medical changed our lives individually and as a couple.
We're just a lot happier because we feel better. We're not tired and run down, and it just makes our lives easier and happier.
Hormone balancing can help with fatigue, anxiety, pain, and much more. Call or book online today at onepeakmedical.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Third inning, Docs and Medford squaring off. Today's game sponsored by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Number 5, Aiden Horsley.
Joey Kieran joined by Brian Prowitz for our season opener here. Brian will be helping out this weekend, calling a couple of games on Saturday for us. It's a pitch high for Aiden Horsley. On the mound, Tristan Ledbetter still throwing for the Docs into his third inning of work. A 1-0 count for Horsley, who steps in. He is 1 for 1. High again on the second pitch. 2 balls, no strikes. Still Jacobs throwing out there. Yeah, the righty out there tossing in the bullpen for the Docs. The 2-0 pitch is high again. 3 balls, no strikes for Aiden Horsley. He had an RBI single in the first inning. 1 of 4 hits in that frame for the Stangs. 3-0 from Ledbetter. High and inside, and that'll be a leadoff walk. And for a third consecutive inning, the Mustangs put the leadoff runner on base. It's been a double, a hit by pitch, and a walk. Have gotten the leadoff man on base in each of the innings for Medford. 6 hits in the ball game, 4 runs for Medford. 1 hit batter, 1 walk, 1 strikeout so far for Ledbetter. He'll face off against Jeremiah Robbins, the catcher. Walked in the first inning. That's actually 2 walks now for Ledbetter. In the dirt, a 1-0 count as he misses to lead things off against the Medford catcher. It is a confusing thing when you have a player on the other side that has the same name as the head coach for the team you call for, as a swing and a miss by Jeremiah Robbins, the younger Medford player.
What's the relation?
I believe it's his nephew. His nephew. And he also had Josh Robbins, a former North Medford player, came up to play at UCC with Jeremiah and is now coaching one of the younger clubs this summer for Legion Baseball. 2-1 count for Robbins. Jeremiah, the catcher for Medford. It's getting confused. We're going through the family tree. It's going to get real confusing here real quick.
Yeah, at least it branches.
The 2-1 misses again. It's a 3-1 count. 1 on and nobody out. Ledbetter working out of his stretch. The ball hanging in his right arm. Comes set. Delivers in the 3-1 pitch for a strike. Almost seemed like a 3-0 pitch that came in there. Robbins looked like he was just letting that one go by. Didn't like it at the top of the zone, apparently. Full count pitch here. Ledbetter slide steps in. Ground ball, foul, third base side. So we'll do it again on the full count pitch as Eli Jacobs continues to throw in the bullpen. There is a little bit of action going on in the Medford pen. They played yesterday, got a win against Klamath Falls yesterday, winning big in 9 innings at home against the Falcons. Area 4 going to look a little different this year. We can talk about that here in our season opener. It's a 3-2 pitch in the air to left field. That's going to hang up there. Sebastian Watson running to his right, gets underneath it. Back to first will go Horsley. A high fly ball to left field for out number 1 as Robbins is back to the dugout. 1 away. Horsley still at first. Owen Thompson will bat. He grounded into a double play to end things in the first. So you talked about the requirements on schools and how many the population of the schools you can recruit from for American Legion this summer. Is a pickoff throw to first, not in time. Well, up in the Eugene-Springfield area, they decided to combine efforts, so no Springfield Timbers anymore. As a first pitch, ground ball hard hit to Jace Johnson throws to Cade Johnson at second. It was throw high, took him off the bag. He applies the tag on Aiden Horsley as he was running to second base. They only get 1 on what could have almost been another 5-4-3 double play for Owen Thompson.
Yeah, that was unusual. It was hit really hard, and at shortstop or at second base, Cade Johnson was coming over to the bag, but just a second, Jace had to wait and then throw, and it kind of threw him out of whack, and Cade had to jump in the air and make the catch and land on the bag.
2 away as a ball skyrocketed in the air. It'll stay on the infield. The shortstop will get it. That is Austin Takahashi, and just like that, the Docs keep Medford off the board here in the third, and it'll stay a 2-run ball game. 4-2 our score. We go to the bottom of the third. We'll talk more about Area 4 play. That's coming up in July. But right now it's 4-2. Medford in front in the season opener for the Docs on 541radio.com and on the score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
1 runner left on base.
Years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to. By hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations. Top of the Hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Head to the bottom of the third inning. It'll be a new arm on the mound for the Mustangs, as taking over will be the lefty from first base. Tanner Douglas will move to the mound, and moving to first base, the DH comes into the game for the pitcher, and it'll be Owen Thompson that will be at first base for Medford. So the first of possibly many changes due up in this one. We are only 2.5 innings into a 9-inning ball game. 4-2 the score. Medford in front. Pitching changes this season are brought to you by Chris Hubbard, State Farm Insurance. If you've been thinking of switching up your insurance coverage, get in touch with Chris. With over 10 years of insurance experience, Chris can make sure that you're getting the coverage you need at a price that fits your budget. Auto, home, life, and more. Contact Chris Hubbard at 541-672-3301 or visit chrisinsures.com for a quote today. Tanner Douglas from South Medford High School, first-team All-Southwest Conference pitcher this year. The lefty fires in a first pitch, strike one to Sebastian Watson. Douglas also second-team All-Stater at first base, class of 2022. The 0-1 pitch outside. I'm sure he's headed to play somewhere. I don't know where, but there's a scramble to get everything ready just to find out the details about our own team, let alone the visiting team in the matchup. Only a couple of days after getting the roster, we've got our first game of the season. 2-1 count for Watson here.
Do you have rosters with numbers and names that are accurate with the teams they play on?
The 2-1 is handcuffed and fought away down the first base side.
I always hated opening like at the Springfield Titans or somebody. They'd show up and dudes would have jerseys and you wouldn't have a roster and you'd have to ask the coach, and the only roster you had was whatever he turned in for the scorecard. Whatever
handwritten gobbledygook you can get out of him. The 2-2 from Douglas, fouled away by Watson. He'll stay alive to lead things off. I understand what you're saying. Things have improved.
Now, Hamlin Middle School looks a lot nicer.
Ooh.
But Kenny and I would sit at a table up against the backstop in the no cover.
Yeah, been there. The 2-2 from Douglas is high and away, and the count will go full.
The worst part of it was the umpire and everyone around home plate could hear every word. Well, that was a terrible call, and the umpire turn around and look right at you and be like, hey.
It'll be comforting to know things haven't changed that drastically. The 3-2 pitch, high and away. Watson draws the leadoff walk, and the Docs will bring the game-tying run to the plate as Tanner Douglas, his relief appearance here today, starts off with a base on balls. Austin Takahashi, the 3-hitter, will start out. Yeah, it's Hamlin Middle School looks nice. I don't know if we'll play there because, like I was saying earlier, Springfield.
To touch it.
Well, probably not. Springfield combined with Eugene, so we'll play those games at Sweet Johnson Stadium, which is a great facility.
Oh, yeah.
Strike to the lefty Takahashi. But I was excited to the possibilities of going to Hamlin, although I wouldn't have been surprised if they somehow found a way to make you still set up and string extension cords about 100 yards to try and get power. As a strike in again. 0-2 count for Takahashi, who is 0 for 1 in the game, reached on an error in the first.
At least you had cell phones to use. I was on an actual rotary dial phone.
The 0-2 pitch is high and away, a 1-2 count. The bemoanings of the broadcasters in the booth
when
here.
I was a boy.
Things have advanced in the technology. Now, you had it lucky. You had to use a dial-up, but that's all you had to do. Now I've got a computer. I got electronics over here. I've got
That's true.
Try setting up at Taylor Field at Hanson Stadium in Corvallis with the sun barreling on in 2 o'clock afternoon game, and all of your electronics want to crap out because you've got no shade for anything.
Oh, man.
The 2-2 for Takahashi from the lefty Douglas carries outside. The count goes full with Sebastian Watson at first after a walk to lead things off.
I think we wouldn't even need a baseball game to sit here and just tell doc stories and compare notes.
Oh, yeah.
For hours.
Yeah, it's fun. There's a reason we do it. Strike 3 on a swing and a miss. Throw down to second. They will not get the strike him out, throw him out. Watson steals second base, but at the plate, Austin Takahashi swing and a miss for strike 3. Goes down with the punch out. 1 away. As up to bat will be Evan Corbin, the cleanup hitter.
Takahashi kind of chased that one. It was up high, but I think he was protecting Watson in what was kind of a little run and hit action for Jeremiah. We talked about the speed the Docs have earlier, and it was on display a little bit right there.
First pitch to Corbin. That one well hit out to right field. Drifting back is Caleb Long in the right spot for it. Watson tags, will head to third. The throw will not make its way there. It is cut off at second base by Retigliano. Fly out to right on a well-struck ball by Corbin. Just goes to the right fielder. There's 2 down with a man at third for the Docs. And Dominic Tatone with a single to lead things off in the second will bat here looking for an RBI in this opportunity. Docs trail 4-2 against Medford, bottom of the third. Joey Kieran and Brian Prowitz with you. Complaining about things that people, they'd love to be here, right? They'd love to be doing this.
It's really fun. I'm just
you're having a good time.
I hope you're having a.
Oh, absolutely.
You should also
I'm having
be
a great
good time. It's baseball, Joey.
I know. It is my favorite time of year. The 1-0 here from Douglas is low. He has been struggling to find the strike zone. He's been throwing a lot of pitches. I believe first two batters get to a full count. Corbin swinging early and connecting in his at-bat, but now Tatone ahead 2-0 in his at-bat. Down at third base, Coach Tim Sester coaching things there. Jake Whistler out at first base. Jeremiah Robbins in the dugout managing things from there. There's a 3-0 count for Tatone. 2 away. Nice crowd showing up. There's a lot of people that filtered in here. I hadn't looked down at the stands in a little bit. Good crowd for the season opener. 3-0 pitch does catch the zone. And Dom will have a 3-1 pitch coming up from Tanner Douglas. Great to see the fans coming out. Stories I'd love to hear is what this place was like back in 2010. 3-1 pitch. Ball 4. Runners on the corners with 2 away.
Well, the funny thing is, back in 2010, nobody knew what the Docs had.
Nobody knew what was ahead of them?
No one had any idea at all. The Docs almost didn't make the state tournament and then got in, and nobody expected them to do anything, and they beat Medford twice on Sunday to win the state championship and go to the regional. It was amazing.
Yeah, I can only imagine. Had to be a lot of fun. First pitch swinging for Parker Burke. That one out towards right field. Long run. Diving attempt. Raising his glove. Catch made by Cody Boragine. And he's jacked up as he trots back to the dugout, robbing a hit from Parker Burke that would have scored 1. And the Doc Stewarts will be down by 2 as we go to the top of the 4th. A spectacular play in right center by Cody Boragine wraps things up as Medford leads by 2 over Roseburg. The top of the 4th inning. When we return on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
New man on the mound for Roseburg as we start the top of the 4th. Again, the calls of the pen are brought to you by Chris Hubbard, State Farm Insurance. If you've been thinking about switching things up with your insurance coverage, get in touch with Chris. Over 10 years of experience with insurance. He can make sure you're getting what you need. Call him at 541-672-3301 or visit chrisinsures.com for a quote today. Eli Jacobs will be on the mound, taking over for Tristan Ledbetter. Ledbetter, I got him down for 3 innings work, gave up 6 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, 1 hit batter, and 1 strikeout for Tristan Ledbetter in his first start of the season. Eli Jacobs will toe the rubber for the Docs. Did not have a pitching appearance, I believe, during the spring with Roseburg, so first chance to really get to see him. The junior from Roseburg High School fires in and misses low to Caleb Long, who will lead things off. Long Didn't get to really spectate on that fantastic catch by Boragine. He was diving to try and get there as well, but it was Cody Boragine that came up with a fantastic play to finish off the bottom of the third inning.
I cannot believe he got to that ball. It looked like he was going to the gap for a big, long double, and he dove and made the play.
2-0 pitch to Long is inside from Jacobs, 3-0 count. Boragine waits on deck. On deck hitters are brought to you by Budget Lumber. Everything you need to build a house, a garden, or even a deck. Budget Lumber, always striving to be lumber one. A 4-pitch walk to Caleb Long to start things off for Eli Jacobs.
The next batter, number 14.
Puts the leadoff man on for a fourth straight inning for Medford. Top of the order, Cody Boragine trying to capitalize on the momentum from his inning-ending diving play. He is 2 for 2 in the game with a double, a single, and an RBI and a run scored. Trying to fill up the stat sheet a little more as he steps in with a man at first and nobody out. Jacobs' first pitch, low and outside for ball 1. Docs made the move to Jacobs on the mound. That is still Corbin at first. I thought maybe there were other changes. Everything else still the good. Ground ball to Corbin. He'll throw to second for the first out. Throw back to first. Not in time. Just behind Boragine. We saw his speed on display in center field, and there it is again, the lefty able to beat out the double play attempt by the Docs. It'll go down as a 1-6 out at second for Caleb Long.
Yeah, good call at first base. He definitely beat the runner, and that ball has to travel a long way to go 3-6-3. It almost happened.
I said 1-6. I meant 3-6. You are correct.
First time for everything. I'll be wrong 20 more times in a row before I'm right again.
1 out, an 0-1 count to Cameron Sewell, who is 1 for 1 in the game with a RBI triple in the first and a sac bunt in the second. Runner going and fouled off at the plate by Sewell on the hit and run. Back to first will go Boragine.
I was just thinking that, like, putting Ledbetter out there and having him go 3 innings, I almost have a feeling like Coach Robbins is like, you're going to get 3 innings, and I don't care if it's 10 runs. You got to get out there and kind of get your feet wet. Same thing here with Eli Jacobs.
The 0-2, that ball, a laser to right field, high hop. Dominic Titone will get it, and waiting for a relay man to throw it into. That'll be the second hit of the game for Sewell, who's 2 for 2. Drops one into right field. So runners at first and second with 1 away from Medford.
And why I say that is Eli Jacobs, if he didn't pitch at all for Roseburg this year, and Coach Maya says, hey, I see something in you, or he says, yeah, I'll pitch. Whatever you need from me, Coach. Great. You're going to pitch. You're probably not going to get in the field. We're going to get you on the mound. And, again, you got to get out here and kind of, you might get knocked around a little bit.
Yeah. As a pitch high, goes off the glove. Hubbard behind the plate couldn't handle the pitch. I almost wonder if that didn't end up where Hubbard was expecting it. Tried to chase that ball down, and off the glove to the backstop. Runners both move up 90 feet. Pass ball?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I think so.
Ball skyrocketed up into the air, but back behind home. 2 strikes against Tanner Douglas.
They don't have pitch control in their helmets and their hats, right? So
the pitch comm out
there.
Little
crisscross there maybe on that was supposed to be breaking ball, and the fastball comes in high and the catcher is stuck.
Is a 1-1 count. Fly ball to right field. Titone will catch it, but it's going to work as a sac fly. Both runners move up. That brings in Boragine to score from third. Sewell moves up to third base from second. A sac fly for an RBI is second of the game for Tanner Douglas. There's 2 away, and it's now 5-2 Medford in front of Roseburg. Jace Miller will bat. The third baseman 0 for 2. First pitch from Jacobs low for ball 1. Jace Miller from South Medford High School, graduating this year, was voted first team Southwest Conference on the infield, also earning honorable mention All-State honors. A 1-0 pitch, in for a strike. 5-2 our score. Top of the 4th inning. Jacobs 1-1 low to Jace Miller. Miller grounding out to third his last time up. So again, the numbers for Ledbetter: exits the game after 3. 3 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, 1 strikeout, and 1 hit batter. 2-1 pitches high and inside. 3 balls and a strike. Docks and Medford kicking off the season. They were scheduled to play on Tuesday. It's a 3-1 pitch, ball 4. Runners at the corners with 2 down, and Aiden Horsley coming up to bat. The season opener for the Docks on Tuesday got postponed because the Docks were just wrapping up tryouts on Monday, so they wanted to give themselves a little bit extra time to get everything organized. So that game moved to June 20th. It will add to a very busy stretch of the season for the Docks. June 20th, and they're going to play at noon down in Medford. First pitch, strike 1 to Horsley, who is 1 for 1 with an RBI single and a walk. So noon on June 20th down in Medford at Lithia Driveway Fields, formerly known U.S. Cellular Fields. Ground ball is short. Takahashi underhand flip to Cade Johnson at second base, and that will finish things off. Medford gets another run on their total. They are on top 5-2 as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Docks coming up to bat, looking to try and climb their way back on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
1 run was scored on 1 hit. No errors. 2 runs.
I didn't.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
The lefty, Tanner Douglas, will start things off in the bottom of the 4th for Medford, still on the mound, his 2nd inning of work. Before we get things going, let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Docks Baseball on the Score.
To lead off the bottom of the 4th inning, number 4, Knox Hubbard.
Docks Baseball also streaming with video online at 541radio.com, thanks to sponsorship from the Cow Creek Tribe. Douglas will face Hubbard, Johnson, and Dunn here in the 4th inning for the Dock Stewarts as they trail 5-2. First pitch high to Knox Hubbard. Well, it's a beautiful day here at the ballpark. Games expected to be played this weekend. We were just talking about that there is a little bit of precipitation in the forecast. 1-0 pitch, check swing, called ball 2. They will appeal, and the call will stay 2-0.
Can't you just play through all the rain no matter what because of this
field? Boy, we learned that during this spring. You would think, right? It all depends exactly how much rain you're getting and how long of a period of time. Kind of boggles the mind, but 3-0 count here for Knox Hubbard. We found out that, if it rains really steadily for a good 24 hours, it drains well, but it doesn't drain that well, apparently. It doesn't drain well enough to really take a deluge in a short period of time. As a ground ball on the it was a 2-1 count. Goes to first baseman Owen Thompson. He takes it to the bag himself for the out. Scoreboard, I think. Or I missed a strike call, I guess, from
Well, I've
Tom
got
Nelson.
you talking about 2 days from now and last year and 10 years ago. And it's the first game on top of that.
Right?
It's always,
we're getting a lot of kinks out here. 1 away, nobody on for Jace Johnson. The third baseman walked in the 2nd inning. Up for a second time here in the 4th. Takes outside for ball 1. I can smell the hot dogs.
I did get a whiff of that. I was hoping that's what that was.
It's my summer baseball cologne. Probably by the time the summer's over, I'm emanating that smell by the end of it. Is a swing and a miss by Johnson, a 2-2 count, 1-1 count, jumping ahead.
Is a familiar sort of aroma up here in these seats right here.
You've left your mark, by the way, you and your crew in your times here. It's a 1-1 pitch taken for strike
Don't
2.
get me started talking about stories about Keith Pettengill and Doc's baseball in the 20 teens or 10s or whatever, the 20-aughts.
A 1-2 pitch is in the air to right field, into foul territory. Thompson chasing up against the Cyclone. He's able to make the catch right up against the fence in foul territory. Had to elude the umpire, then had to try and track it with the sun barreling in, and then up against the fence line, able to stay with it, Thompson. A lot of concentration.
Very impressive. Jason McGuire's not an easy man to work around, and he managed to pull it off and deal with the fence. He had about a half step left.
2 away, nobody on base. Up to bat, Dunn. Check swing, did not go around. He'll take high for ball 1. Dunn a sac fly in the second, getting the Docs their second run of the game. They trail 5-2 here in the bottom of the 4th. Docs expecting to get in some action. 4 games over the weekend as a swing and a miss out of Dunn. Northwest Diamond Sports, which I got to find some more information on, but they're
please do
coming
that.
down here with 2 teams, and it'll be Pepsi and Docs hosting Northwest Diamond Sports for 4 games over the weekend as a ball fouled third base side. Done with a 1-2 count, 2 away with nobody on. Bottom of the 4th, it's a 5-2 lead for Medford. So Docs will take on both Northwest Diamond Sports 1 and Northwest Diamond Sports 2, and you'll sandwich that around games for those same 2 teams against the Pepsi Bottle Caps. They'll do it Saturday, and they'll do it again on Sunday, weather dependent, weather permitting. That's my knock on wood. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, and Dunn will go down with the strikeout. Second of the outing for Tanner Douglas. A 1-2-3 inning for the Docs in the bottom of the 4th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. The comedy troupe of Prowitz and Keyran will be back for the top of the 5th inning as the Docs trail 5-2 against the Medford Mustangs here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
We are Douglas County Farmers Co-op, but we're not just for farmers. We serve all residents of Douglas County because we are Douglas County. Stop by today for everything from a tank of gas to a bite to eat anytime you're hungry. Pick up something for yourself, your home, and those you care for. Celebrating 100 years of service, Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Good people, good products, and good advice.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Into the top of the 5th inning. 5-2 our score. On the mound, Eli Jacobs throwing for the Docs. First pitch to Jeremiah Robbins. Gets by the mound. Goes to the second baseman, Cade Johnson, who fields on a short hop. Charging in. Makes the play to Evan Corbin for the first out. Docs baseball this season brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? And by our friends at Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. 1 out. And up to bat is Owen Thompson, now the first baseman for Medford. Starts out with a 1-0 count from Jacobs. Foul ball off the front foot for strike 1. Jacobs has settled in nicely. Came in the 4th inning, walked the first batter he saw, but kind of started to settle in. Did give up a sac fly and 1 run. A couple of walks in that 4th inning, but throwing a few more strikes here, starting to find a bit of a groove. The 1-1 pitch misses low and inside. I want to let folks know, if you're new to keeping up with the Docs, you can check out a lot of info online at Doc Central at 541radio.com as a pitch bounces off the plate for ball 3. Stay up to date with the Docs. Visit Doc Central at 541radio.com for game recaps, the schedule, standings, info on the team. Doc Central presented by Champion Car Wash. 3-1 delivery is down the third base side foul. Takes us to a full count. There's a lot of info I still need to get up there. It was a quick turnaround from getting the roster and trying to get things put together, but we've got the schedule up there. You can watch the games there, and we'll have a lot more information still to come. As the 3-2 pitch. Line drive to center field for Thompson. Gets him on for his first base hit of the day.
Next batter, number 10, Frankie.
And that'll be the 8th hit of the contest for Medford. 1 on with 1 out. Frankie Ritigliano, the shortstop, 0 for 1 in the game, was hit by a pitch and scored a run in the second. He will step up after a brief visit with the coach down at third base side. Jacobs working out of his stretch. First pitch swinging, that ball possibly playable first base side. Evan Corbin will track it down, over the shoulder catch. There's 2 down.
Yeah, he says, hey, this is my first base area. I'm used to covering over here. I'll show you Medford guys how to field a pop-up in foul territory behind the bag.
Display of athleticism over at first base on balls in the air in foul territory. 2 away. Caleb Long, the 9-hitter, takes high and inside. That ball in and out of the glove for the catcher. Cameron Sewell throwing in the bullpen for Medford. Do believe it still knocks Hubbard behind the plate. And that one through the legs. That is Hubbard back there. Almost thought for a moment it was a change back there. Couldn't read the number through the straps. And as I bring him up, one gets through the legs, and up to second base goes Owen Thompson.
That's on you.
I'll take that. I'll wear that. 2-0 count, a man in scoring position for Medford with 2 away. Eli Jacobs trying to get through things here in the 5th. It's a 3-run lead for the Mustangs. Over the plate for a strike. Battling back into the at-bat. Counted it up by... And this was probably actually a low number here because I think games added that I didn't initially count. 40 games in about a 6-7 week period for Docs baseball this summer. 2-1 pitch.
40 games. 40 games is nothing. Back when I called games for the Docs.
Yeah. You guys got a lot.
They'd play like 42 or 44.
The 3-1 pitch inside, ball 4 issued to Caleb Long. His second walk drawn from Eli Jacobs. Jacobs now with 3 walks allowed in the outing. Runners at first and second. I was looking, here's my notes here on this. Area 4 last year. Where's that note here? Eugene. Granted, they made it to the regional, but 50-14 on the season. As a pitch gets by the catcher, that'll be a wild pitch, moving the runners up 90 feet. Cody Boragine at the plate will have a 1-0 count with 2 runners in scoring position as he tries to add to Medford's 5-2 lead.
I think Eli Jacobs is just trying to keep the ball down and get a breaking ball in there, but he's thrown a couple 59-footers, and that one definitely slipped through. So first base open here with a 1-0 pitch.
Boragine, 2 for 3 on the day. Another pitch gets by, and it goes to the backstop. A run will score. 2-0 count. And that makes it 6-2, Medford in front, as coming in to score is Owen Thompson.
Pass ball there, that was just high, and Hubbard didn't quite get his glove up there, so it was off the end of his mitt as he reached up to his left and back to the screen. So a tough half inning here for Knox.
2-0 count. Squaring to bunt, Boragine misses on the attempt. And that'll be a 2-1 count. It will be a busy summer, a lot of games to get in, but looking forward to it. We've got some friends helping me out with it, including Brian Prowitz. There's a ball well struck, but high into the air. Not going to carry too far, and into the outfield grass goes Cade Johnson. The second baseman makes the catch to retire the side. So a run comes in from Medford here in the top of the 5th inning. 1 run in on 1 hit. There were no errors, and 1 runner left on base for Medford. Bottom of the 5th, 6-2. Medford in front of the Docs on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Swimming season is finally here. But remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Okay, ticket number 06528.
Another call to the pen is brought to you by Chris Hubbard State Farm Insurance. Tanner Douglas done after 2 innings of work. No hits allowed, no runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. He will move back to first base, and Cameron Sewell will go from second to the mound. Sewell will take over. Johnny King takes over at second base for the Mustangs.
And one more change, Joey, in right field. Cameron.
It was Caleb Long in right field.
Owen Thomas, who is the first baseman, goes to right.
So a couple of defensive changes there for Nate Maben and the Mustangs. They lead 6-2. Doc Stewart's baseball on the Score this season brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County, and by Dr. Alanson Randall, accepting new patients. Call them at 541-378-6694. First pitch of the 5th inning from the new man Cameron Sewell is in for strike 1 to Cade Johnson to lead things off. So from a reliable source, I've been told that that was not Knox Hubbard behind the plate last inning. It was Braxton Dill that was back there catching for the Docs defensively. 1-1 count for Cade Johnson, who leads things off for the Docs. So that might be Braxton just getting out there and shaking off the rust and maybe a little bit of nerves, getting ready to go, catching a new guy. I mean, it's always interesting when you got a new guy that's on the mound that you're catching, one that you've never seen before. As a 1-2 pitch here for Johnson. Cade will take strike 3. He'll go down looking as Cam Sewell starts off his outing for the Mustangs. That's a strikeout. 4th strikeout for Medford pitchers today. Sebastian Watson steps in, 0 for 1 in the game with a walk in the 3rd. Sewell, as mentioned before, was the co-Southwest Conference Pitcher of the Year, sharing the award with Austin Takahashi from the Doc Stewarts. Sewell fires in a strike for an 0-1 count. Sewell out of his windup. Fastball is hit, chopped towards third. Charging in, Jace Miller. Throw on the run, adjusting at first base. Tanner Douglas started on the inside of the bag, adjusted, switched his feet, and made the catch on the foul side of the bag. 5-3 the put out. 2 away. And it brings up Austin Takahashi.
Jace Miller acted almost surprised, like he caught the ball. He looked at his glove and then threw it. Took an extra beat, but he got it there in time.
2 down and nobody on. Takahashi, who struck out in the 3rd inning, will take the first pitch low for ball 1. He'll be familiar with Cameron Sewell, facing him during the spring season. Takahashi did not strike out much during the spring season, so See if he's a little fired up to try and find a way on base after striking out for the first time here during the summer. Takes outside a 2-0 count. Docs with a 17-man roster this summer. We've seen a few guys on the mound. Curious of how much we start to see out there with other positions. Well, obviously seeing change at the catcher that last half inning. Takahashi a 3-0 count with 2 away and nobody on base. Towing the first base side of the rubber, the wide stance out of his windup. Sewell delivers the 3-0 for strike one. Docs Baseball brought to you by Flyaway Travel. Book your travel plans with their travel experts. Now located at 1445 West Harvard Avenue in Roseburg. 3-1 pitch. Fouled away. Into the bottom of the fifth inning. 9-inning contest for us here today. The full count pitch. Chopped. First base side, a bit of a slow roller. Douglas gets it, flips to the bag just in time. His covering was Cameron Sewell. And the 3-1 putout will make it a 1-2-3 frame for Sewell as he takes over from Medford. The Mustangs lead 6-2 as we go to the top of the sixth inning. This is Docs Baseball on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I think you realize how much energy you've lost until you start the hormone replacement process.
Our energy really started to wane. We were both gaining weight. My sleep pattern got really messed up.
One Peak Medical changed our lives individually and as a couple.
We're just a lot happier because we feel better. We're not tired and run down, and it just makes our lives easier and happier.
Hormone balancing can help with fatigue, anxiety, pain, and much more. Call or book online today at onepeakmedical.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Back for the top of the sixth inning, we get a few defensive changes for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts as they trail 6-2 against Medford in the season opener. First pitch swinging out to right field, and Cameron Sewell, a great job on the mound, now rips one to the wall in right field, and he's in with a stand-up double to lead things off in the sixth inning for the Mustangs. They lead by 4 and put a man in scoring position. That'll be the 9th hit of the game for Medford as Sewell starts things off.
Eli Jacobs still on the mound for the Dogs.
So it is Jacobs out there. That's what I was trying to see, but the first pitch of the at-bat or of the inning gets taken to right field. So Jacobs still throwing for the Docs into his third inning of work. Misses outside, ball 1 to Tanner Douglas. The 1-0 pitch gets by. It is Braxton Dill back there. It's really difficult to tell. The strap goes right over the number, and you don't really get to see much of it. So it looks like it's Braxton Dill that is taking over for Hubbard behind the plate. Gets by him there. It's a 2-0 count, and Sewell moves up to third. The 2-0 pitch is taken for a strike. Tanner Douglas, 1 for 2 on the day. Had a sac fly last time up. He'll take low. 3 balls and 1 strike. So we've had a few defensive changes. I think we've kind of tracked them all down. Maybe. Brian, I'll give you a chance to go through it here in a second. Check swing, fouled to the first base side, full count.
Yeah, third, you got Jordan White. Shortstop still Austin Takahashi. At second base, Kate Johnson, and Evan Martin taking over at first.
Dill behind the plate. The outfield looks the same, and that one goes to right field again. Dominic Tatone getting a lot of action in right. He'll field that one as it's an RBI for Tanner Douglas. Douglas picks up his third RBI in the game. That scores Cameron Sewell. So double single and a run in for Medford. They're on top 7-2. Nobody out. Third hitter is Jace Miller coming up to bat. First pitch misses from Jacobs for ball 1. Miller walked in the 4th inning, his first time on base. Nobody throwing in the Docks bullpen, nobody throwing in the Medford bullpen at the moment. Strike in, a 1-1 count. We'll take a look, kind of all the numbers on the scoreboard here in a minute as we get you your scoreboard update brought to you by Garrettson Building Supply. The 1-1 pitch is high, 2 balls and 1 strike. 3 runs in the first for Medford, 1 in the second, then a run in the 4th, 5th, and here in the 6th. 1 run in so far. They've got 7 runs on 10 hits and 1 error as a pitch outside. 3 balls and 1 strike to Miller. For the Docks, 1 run in the first, 1 in the second. It's been all zeros since. 2 runs, 3 hits, and no errors for the Docks. That's your scoreboard update brought to you by Garrettson Building Supply. Ground ball chopped to Jordan White at third. Throws to second to get the lead runner. They get 1 out there, unable to try and roll it over. 5-4. Tanner Douglas is the first out here in the 6th. Miller gets on with the fielder's choice. 1 away. Brings up the 5-hitter Aiden Horsley. Garrettson Building Supply, shop local. Shop Garrettson Building Supply for all your home improvement and outdoor living needs. Garrettson Building Supply supporting our Douglas County community for over 90 years. First pitch to Horsley is straight out to center field for a base hit. 3rd hit of the frame for the Mustangs. And they continue to load the bases with runners. They've got them at 1st and 2nd with just 1 out, and Jeremiah Robbins batting. Already a 5-run lead for Medford. That marks their largest lead of the game. Eli Jacobs. First pitch misses low. So Jacobs came in the 4th inning for Tristan Ledbetter. He is now 5 hits total that he's given up. Low and outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Light's not yet coming on. Sun has not set yet. 7:30. We still got like hour and a half before it goes down. What do you think
about sunset like that?
That ball out there to right field lands in between 3 Docks players. Nobody able to get there fast enough. I don't think it was a communication issue, just it lands in a perfect spot. No man land out there for Jeremiah Robbins, who gets his first base hit of the day and his 4th at-bat. And that loads him up with 1 away. Miller at 3rd, Horsley at 2nd, and Robbins at 1st. They bring in the courtesy runner for the catcher for Medford. That is Kyle Cope, yep. First pitch swinging for Owen Thompson, who's now in the outfield. Sky one's out to deep center field. Good enough to bring in another run on a sac fly. Thompson will pick up his first RBI of the day. Flies out to center field. 2 down. Scoring is Miller. Tagging and going to 3rd is Horsley. Runners on the corners. Frankie Retigliano will bat. 0 for 2, been hit by a pitch and scored a run. He takes the first pitch for strike 1. Oh, 1 count is low and makes it a 1-1 count. Now we've got some action headed to the bullpen for the Docks. The 1-1 pitch misses low. A righty out there throwing.
Hard to pick up the numbers black on black. Or I guess dark blue on black.
The 2-1 pitch misses, goes to 3-1. Plus the sun off the brand new netting behind home is making it a little difficult. That's just at the angle on the 3-1 pitch. Makes it a full count.
You know,
I'm not complaining about it.
New netting up,
it's
and you
just
complain
the
about how
where
it
we're
blocks
at
your
here.
vision and it's too far away and the uniform. People don't
just
know
got
your
bad
voice
eyes.
from my voice anyway, so if I say something, they'll blame you. 3-2 fouled off.
Foul ball, yeah, there we go. Two away with a full count and runners on the corners. I caught a number and then you got me all flustered.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's hard to do.
16 out there. Got to learn jersey numbers now, too. I think that's
so do the players.
Jace Johnson. Pitch in the dirt, ball 4. Yeah, right, they got to figure out what number they're wearing. Cope, the courtesy runner for Jeremiah Robbins, moving to second base on the walk. Retigliano on base for a second time. Bases loaded with 2 down and the top of the 6th. So Jace Johnson was at third. They bring him out and get him a chance to start getting loose in the bullpen for a pitching appearance likely coming up. First pitch high for Eli Jacobs. A 1-0 count to Caleb Long. I don't know if, no, it is no longer Long. That is Johnny King, who's come in defensively in that last half inning, gets his first at-bat. He takes low. King will have a 2-0 count in his first plate appearance. Two-0 pitch. It's the inside corner. Jacobs on Pepsi last year for the summer. Getting a chance here at the Docks for the first year. The 2-1 grounded, third base side. White charging in, throws low, and it gets by Evan Martin at first. So the throwing error, 2 runs will score, and runners at second and third. The 6th inning will continue.
Well, that's a bummer because Jacobs got exactly what he needed, and instead the low throw, kind of an extra double clutch over there at third base. We're talking about getting your first reps. That's first ground ball to Jordan White, as far as I know. So double pump throw across low. Martin couldn't dig it out.
He had the one on the possible double play start.
Okay, all right.
But
so not his first one.
First one he had to charge in on. Now ground ball right side. Cody Boragine continues to start out the season hot at the plate. He'll drive in 2 runs on a single to right field. 9 hitters to the plate for Medford here in the 6th inning, and they will bat through the order. Retigliano scores, and so does King. And I need to update our online scoreboard here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 runs in here in the 6th inning, and that'll make it 11-2. Nope, they've got 12 up on the scoreboard. Did I miscount here?
Yes, 12. Johnny King makes 12.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to color in that one diamond. So it is 12-2. A ball in the air to left field for Cameron Sewell. That is caught by Watson for the final out. 10 hitters to the plate in the 6th inning for Medford. They lead by 10, and we'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning as the Docks some work to do to try and stay in this one on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to. By hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations. Top of the Hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Bottom of the 6th inning, a 12-2 ball game in favor of Medford. They explode for 6 runs in the top of the 6th inning. Tonight's game brought to you by Barnes Heating and Air, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. Swing and a miss on the first pitch to Evan Martin, who gets his first at-bat of the season, taking over for Evan Corbin at first. The Evan Show over at first base. Swing and a miss on the second pitch. And Evan Martin finds himself down 0-2. Martin, coming from Douglas High School, a sophomore this last school year. His first year on Docks, was honorable mention utility player all league this year. Check swing. He's able to hold off on the offering from Cameron Sewell. Medford leading big. Bats lighten up. Expect that we might see a pitching change coming up next inning after Eli Jacobs has pitched 3 innings. Pitch breaking ball outside, 2-2 count for Evan Martin against Cameron Sewell. Kind of figured that Jeremiah might be going on that rotation of 3 innings for his pitchers. The 2-2. Martin gets one out to center field, but it goes right to Cody Boragine in center. He didn't even have to move. He can run down a ball. He didn't have to move at all for that one.
Sometimes that's the hardest play, but he handled it just fine.
1 away as we start the bottom of the 6th inning. Dominic Tatone will step in. Tatone is 1 for 1 in the game with a walk in the 3rd, a single in the 2nd. Sewell's first pitch bounces inside to the lefty. So talking about Area 4, so Springfield combined with Eugene, they are now called the Emerald Challengers, and kind of including the entire Eugene-Springfield area. Pitch outside to Tatone, 2-0. Grants Pass not fielding a AAA team this year. They do have a single-A team, so no Legion team out in Grants Pass for the Docs. Medford, of course, as always, and then Klamath Falls in there. So a 4-team league this year in Area 4. Line drive to right field, drops in for Dominic Tatone, his 2nd hit of the game. Nice start for Dom. A 1-out single puts a man on at first for the Docs. And I looked it up. League play, I think, starts early July. I think right after the 4th of July, somewhere in that realm. That next week, they get their first league games underway. So got a little ways to go, a lot of tournaments before that, and then we jump into league play coming up next month, and things ramp up with the tournament coming up at the tail end of July. The Docs hosting get in as an automatic berth. Pitch low, ball 1 to not Parker Burke, I don't believe. It is still Parker Burke. He stays in as the DH, I guess. And I put a mark in my scorebook that it wasn't him hitting, and I don't know why I did that after I confirmed that it was him hitting. We're working out the kinks. Pickoff throw not in time to Tatone. These are the things I normally keep to myself, but because you're here, for some reason I feel like giving myself away. Inside, a 2-0 count for Burke. Joey Keyran along with Brian Prowitz here. If you can't discern between the two of us, you're not the first one to tell us that.
Yeah, usually that's how it works. Hey, Brian, I love listening to you on the radio. I'm like, thanks.
I'll let me know. Ground ball towards short for Burke. Could be 2. Takes a while to get to shortstop. Flip to second. Throw to first in time. And that wraps up the frame. It was Retigliano to King. Back over to Douglas. The 6-4-3 double play wraps things up in the bottom of the 6th for the Docs. Unable to get anything going. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. We're through 6 innings of play. I know it's a 10-run game, but I think they're playing out all 9 because they just want to get the innings in. So we go to the top of the 7th. Medford leading big on 541radio.com and on the Score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza. Made with only the freshest and finest ingredients. Dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
New man for the Docs as we start the 7th inning. The 3-inning limit appears to be still in effect. Eli Jacobs comes out as Jace Johnson will take over. This pitching change is brought to you by Chris Hubbard State Farm Insurance. Give him a call at 541-672-3301 or visit chrisinsures.com for a quote today. Jace Johnson takes over, the junior from South Umpqua High School, first year on Docks. First team All-League pitcher, second team All-League State as a pitcher as well for the right-hander, the cousin of Cade Johnson. Any other defensive changes that you able to catch out there?
I think everybody else is set.
All righty. The shadows starting to stretch in from left field. In the shadows is Sebastian Watson out there, third base covered in shade as well. Everybody else still dealing with a little bit of sunshine out there. First pitch misses, ball 1 to Tanner Douglas. No, excuse me, it is not Tanner Douglas leading things off for Medford. A 1-1 count for the new hitter. That is Bo Aldrich from St. Mary's High School. The 1-1, he swings through it for strike 2. So Bo Aldrich taking over in the 3 spot for Tanner Douglas for at least this at-bat. And it's a quick one for him. A strike 3 across. A strikeout for Cade Johnson to retire the first batter he sees. There's one away. That strikeout brought to you by One Peak Medical. Don't let the perfect pitch get by you. If you're tired of waiting months to see a doctor, visit onepeakmedical.com to book your appointment today. 1 out. First pitch, strike 1. Coming up to bat. It is Colton Morgan getting a chance to hit in the spot previously occupied by Jace Miller. 0-1 count. Swings and chops it foul down the third base side. Waited. That one took a high hop. If it had some weird spin, might have made its way back into the playing field. So that'll be an 0-2 count for Colton Morgan. Justin Jenks in the bullpen throwing.
In left field.
Excuse me, in left field.
I have a microphone. I guess I should use it.
The 0-2 pitch from Jace is in the dirt, a 1-2 count. One-two pitch from Johnson. Morgan, line drive, goes to left field. That'll be Justin Jenks to track that down. He stops it and will send it back in. Get some action in his first inning of work for the Docs. So Johnson gives up his first hit. 1 on with 1 away. Kyle Cope will bat here for Aiden Horsley. Like we said, we expected a lot of changes. There is an arm throwing in the bullpen for the Docs as a first pitch strike 1 for Jace Johnson. That I believe is Parker Burke throwing in there for Roseburg.
It's actually an entire person, not just an arm.
Swing and a miss, Cope, strike 2.
Because that'd be weird.
That would be new.
Rutigliano in the bullpen for Medford warming up.
Kyle Cope, who had been courtesy running for Jeremiah Robbins as the catcher. He gets a chance to bat here in the 5-hole. The 0-2 pitch is swung on and missed. Another strikeout for Johnson. That's 2 away here in the top of the 7th for Medford. Jeremiah Robbins still working out of the 6th spot. Will step in. He is 1 for 3 in the game. Walked in his first at-bat, had a single, and scored a run in the 6th. The courtesy runner scoring for him there. 1 on with 2 away. Jace Johnson out of the bullpen. His first pitch fouled back for strike 1. So Burke throwing in the bullpen for Roseburg and Rutigliano in Medford. Changes keep coming. Everybody wants to get a chance to get out there and get some innings in, see some pitches, see some defense, and officially get welcomed in to the 2022 summer. Strike 2 for Johnson. Jace fires in a breaking ball, freezing Robbins, an 0-2 count. With 2 down and a runner at first, Jace Johnson trying to get another strikeout. That will not happen. Puts it out towards center field. Diving attempt by Cade Johnson. That soft liner landed just on the edge of the infield dirt and then hops into the outfield for a base hit for Robbins, his second of the day. I hesitate because...
Yes, brown fake grass.
Brown fake...
Not green fake grass.
Yeah. I just assume everybody will know what I'm referring to, but at the same time, it does feel a little weird to say it's the infield dirt. we'll just all use our imaginations as they visit out to the mound for Braxton Dill. Dill, we didn't get really a chance to talk about him when he came into this game. Braxton Dill from Glide High School, graduating here in 2022. Second team All-State, and the catcher position for the Wildcats. He will be back behind the plate after the visit with Jace Johnson, facing Monty Spence at the plate, who gets his first at-bat. 12-2, Medford leading here in the top of the 7th inning. Monty Spence comes from Phoenix High School, class of 2021, was at Crown College this last year. That's Crown College, not Clown College, until I said it out loud.
Now, come on now.
Once I said it out loud, I was like, that kind of sounded like Clown College. Crown College. You know where Crown College is from?
No, I just all due respect for the young man's current
institution.
School. Come on.
Educational institution. He's got a 3-0 count against Jace Johnson. Crown College in St. Bonifacius, Minnesota. I wrote it down, knew I wasn't going to be able to say it. He takes a walk on 4 straight pitches. It's really tiny writing because I didn't want to take up too much space.
Yeah, St. Bonifacius, Minnesota. Everybody knows about that.
Everybody's been there.
St. Bonnie.
Runners at every base with 2 outs for Medford here in the top of the 7th. 12-2 our score.
St. Bonifacius almost sounds like Bonafish. Oh, no.
Well, you think about it while I let people know. Frankie Rutigliano, who had been thrown in the bullpen, makes his way to the plate, continues the at-bat, and he takes strike 1 from Jace Johnson. Rutigliano 0 for 2 in the game, but has been hit by a pitch and walked and has scored twice. Did you come up with it?
I got to look something up.
Okay, the 0-1 pitch, high.
I'm working on a world-class name drop. Bonifacio, okay. So out between Amaker and Hastings Landing.
The 1-1 outside.
Is Bonifacio Road. It's off there to the right. That is the Uruguayan patriarch of the Uruguayan family.
2-1 fouled away.
Bonifacio Lane.
Okay.
And when you said St. Bonifacius, Minnesota, I was thinking it was going to be like Bonifacio, right? Which I don't think I'm saying right. Jamie can call me, tell me to fix it.
Yeah.
But anyway, I was thinking of Bonnie.
The 2-2 outside, full count with
which
the bases
loaded. Which is what
loaded.
they called him, which is Bonnie Uruguayan's namesake, but it would be like her grandpa.
Okay.
See?
It all comes together.
St. Bonifacius, Minnesota. Thank you for that moment.
Full count pitch. Runners going with 2 outs, and it's fouled back by Rutigliano. And we'll do the full count pitch again. 2 away with the bases loaded. 12-2. Medford in front of the Docs. I think we got blessed with a game that's a little lopsided here, so we can talk about things like this. 3-2 pitch again, fouled away.
Oh, I'd have figured out a way to talk about that anyway. Bonifacio Lane.
Oh, boy. I'm happy to have your knowledge of Roseburg. I've been here for 10 years, but wouldn't add that one.
Yeah, well.
Full count pitch.
You also haven't spent as many hours in the car as I have with Jamie Uruguayan.
Yes, this is true, yes. 3-2 pitch again for Jace Johnson, trying to get through the 7th inning. Bases loaded, and he will walk in a run. So Rutigliano takes off the shin guard and trots down to first base. Coming in to score is Colton Morgan. Makes it 13-2, Medford in front. Bases remain loaded with 2 outs.
Number 1, Johnny King.
It'll be Johnny King batting in the 9 spot. He reached on an error his last time up. Hits one softly out towards right field, going out. Cade Johnson with the leap and the catch. The second baseman underneath it for the final out, helping out his cousin on the mound. And he'll get the Docs out of things in the top of the 7th. 1 run comes in, though, on 2 hits. No Docs errors, and 3 runners left on base. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Docs trail 13-2 against Medford in the season opener on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Bottom of the 7th inning here at Bill Gray Legion Stadium at Champion Car Wash Field. The Roseburg Clint Newell Dr. Stewart's currently trailing 13-2 against the Lithia Dodge Medford Mustangs. Do want to say thanks to Clint Newell Auto Group for helping sponsor the Doc Stewarts here this summer. Right now the Docs are trailing 13-2. They'll come up with it should be Braxton Dill probably here in this spot. Chase Johnson, Carson Dunn, those. We'll see what happens and who actually comes to the plate. It will be Braxton Dill that will hit against Frankie Ritigliano, who has taken over on the mound after 2 innings of Cameron Sewell. Ritigliano, a right-hander, fires high and inside for ball 1. So Braxton Dill getting his first at-bat of the season comes against the new man on the mound. Sewell, 2 innings, gave up 1 hit, no runs, no walks, and 1 strikeout. Big swing, and that ball out of the park on the foul side. Into the parking lot here at Stewart Park. So that'll be a 1-1 count now for Braxton Dill. Frankie Ritigliano was at shortstop earlier. Gets a strike in against Dill. 1-2 pitch for the righty Ritigliano. Again, fouled away by Dill. So Braxton's been back there behind the plate for a couple of innings now, but gets his first at-bat. Took over for Knox Hubbard. Dill, during the spring season with Glide, batting .448 with 24 RBI, helping the Wildcats out. The 1-2 bounced in the dirt. Meanwhile, Frankie Ritigliano on the mound. He was first-team All-Southwest Conference in the infield for North Medford. Just a junior this last year. Excuse me, a sophomore this last year. Class of 2024. The 2-2. Right down the pipe for strike 3. Froze him. Going down looking is Braxton Dill. Doc Stewart's baseball this season here on The Score. Brought to you by Roseburg Honda. Buying a car can be a hassle, but at Roseburg Honda, it's different. Customer satisfaction is their highest priority. Visit Roseburg Honda, where they treat you like family because they are family. So 1 away. The hitter at the plate is Jordan White. Jordan White from Roseburg High School, class of 2023. Swings and misses at the 0-1 pitch. White at third base, taking over there for Jace Johnson, who started at third. High and inside on the 0-2 pitch from Ritigliano. White pitched a little bit during the spring for Roseburg out of the bullpen and played at third base from time to time. The 1-2. Swung on and missed. He'll go down with the strikeout, chasing one up at the eyeballs. Back-to-back strikeouts for Ritigliano. Another arm getting loose in the bullpen for the Docs.
Now batting number 8, Carson Dunn.
You missed these sightlines, right, Brian?
I missed this one over here because I can't see it.
The 0-1 count for Carson Dunn, who is hitting. Sorry, who was it? You pointed.
Parker Burke.
Parker Burke is thrown again in the bullpen. Carson Dunn with the 0-1 count. Dunn is 0 for 1 in the game, has a sac fly and a strikeout. He's got an 0-2 count against him here.
Medford showing off some arms here.
Yeah. Everybody's looking to get a stable of them. Pitch low, 1-2 count.
Since the amazing play in center on Parker Burke by Ritigliano, the Docs have brought the minimum to the plate.
1-2 pitch, swung on and missed, and that will stay the same. As striking out the side, Ritigliano gets him 1-2-3 here in the 7th inning. The Docs go down looking and then swinging twice, and we are through 7 innings of play. It's 13-2, Medford in front of the Doc Stewarts, heading to the top of the 8th inning on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
No hits, no errors, no runners left on base.
We are Douglas County Farmers Co-op, but we're not just for farmers. We serve all residents of Douglas County because we are Douglas County. Stop by today for everything from a tank of gas to a bite to eat anytime you're hungry. Pick up something for yourself, your home, and those you care for. Celebrating 100 years of service, Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Good people, good products, and good advice.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
Top of the 8th inning, Doc Stewart's trailing Medford 13-2. New man on the mound for the Docs is Chris Hubbard, State Farm Insurance. If you weren't aware already, they are our pitching change sponsors, getting an entire season's worth of advertising here in game number 1. The call to the pen brought to you by Chris Hubbard, State Farm Insurance. Again, if you've been thinking of switching up your insurance coverage, make sure to get in touch with Chris. He's got all the experience you need to make sure you're getting your coverage at the right price. Auto, home, life, and more. Chris Hubbard at 541-672-3301 or visit chrisinsures.com for a quote today. Also, today's game brought to you by Tim's Appliance and Mattress at the corner of Lane and South Stevens in Roseburg. 0% financing, always available. 9-inning contest here, and they're playing them all the way out just to get everybody loose and ready to go for the summer. So we head to the top of the 8th inning with Medford up big. It'll be the top of the order, and defensive changes have been happening everywhere, but the one guy they are not bringing out of the lineup, Cody Borgi. He continues to do well at the plate. 3 hits on the day, 3 for 5 total with 2 runs and an RBI. He'll step in to face Parker Burke. No better way to start out for Burke than facing one of the toughest hitters in the lineup for the Mustangs. First pitch, a breaking ball for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch is fouled away down the left side. So you've got Boragine. On deck is Cameron Sewell, and then we'll see if it's Bo Aldrich again in the 3 spot. Checking out the on-deck hitters. Brought to you by Budget Lumber. Everything you need for building a house, a garden, or even a deck. Budget Lumber, always striving to be lumber one. Lights starting to flicker on here at Champion Car Wash Field. So we make our way 8 o'clock. That means time for another legal ID I should try and get in. Ground ball towards second. Cade Johnson to a knee in front of it. Fires over to Evan Martin at first. And that is just the second time in the ballgame they've retired Cody Boragine. Let's go ahead and pause real quick for station identification. This is Docs Baseball on the score.
Now batting number 16, Cameron Sewell.
Parker Burke induces a swing and a miss by Cameron Sewell, who steps in with 1 out and nobody on. Sewell is 2 for 3 in the game. Sorry, make that 3 for 4. He'll fly out to center field out in the right field alley. Carson Dunn chasing that one down, 2 away, and Bo Aldrich does get a chance to hit for a second time.
It'd be really nice if the Docs could get a nice, quiet half inning out of Medford.
That would be something. Medford has scored in every inning except for the 3rd. Yeah, a quick 1-2-3 inning. That'd be one way to do it. Not going to happen, though.
We both jinxed him, so...
Bo Aldrich in his second at-bat on the first pitch, swings and softly hits a line drive between third and short into left field where Justin Jenks was waiting. Jenks, the South Umpqua senior. Transfer from Riddle. You want to talk about a cool story. That kid transfers from Riddle, goes to South Umpqua, plays football and baseball this year, and
had a good year.
That's a pretty good transfer for him.
Yeah.
1 on with 2 away. First pitch to Colton Morgan.
He is high and inside. Morgan is single in his first at-bat back in the 7th. So Jace Johnson comes out. He only pitched 1 inning. The 1-0 from Burke is fouled off.
I knew the moment I said it coming out of my mouth that Bo Aldridge was guaranteed to reach.
The broadcaster's jinx. You know, that's interesting. More on that. The 1-1 pitch is outside. Dill does his best to slide to the right to get to it, but will not be able to keep the ball nearby. Racing to second base will go Aldrich on a wild pitch. And so that'll put a man in scoring position, a 2-1 count. So I did OSAA state championship softball games up at Jane Sanders Stadium this last week.
That is so much fun.
Combined I did all 4 games as a ball fouled away on the 2-1 pitch, evened up the count, 2-2. 2A, 1A, 3A, 4A, 5A, 6A. So 5 games. I had to double check. 128 strikeouts combined between them.
Yeah.
Pitchers were feeling it. There's never been a no-hitter or a perfect game thrown in a state championship softball game. Every game I talked about it, trying to see how much I could jinx it. It never happened in any of the games I got to call. 2-2 pitch, laced foul for Colton Morgan. It was close. There was a couple. The 6A title game goes extras. There was, I think, 2 hits combined in the game of 1-0. They go extras. Set a new state record with 21 strikeouts for the pitcher from Tigard in a state championship game, new state record. It was a fun week. Ball popped up foul, does get out of play back behind home for Morgan as he stays alive on the 2-2 count. Unfortunately, they had Friday, Saturday was set up for the 5 games. Saturday they got rained out. They got 1 game in, so they had to push it. Got 2 games in on Tuesday, so it stretched it out a little bit. But it was a lot of fun to get up there. Jane Sanders, beautiful facility up in Eugene as well.
Yeah.
2-2 pitch here for Colton Morgan. Behind it, out to left field, Jenks backing up to track this one. It carries a bit, but he gets underneath it.
A nice, quiet half inning for
a fairly quiet half inning there. And the Doc Stewarts will get through the top of the 8th inning. No runs, 1 hit, no error, 1 runner left on base. We will go to the bottom of the 8th inning, and the Doc Stewarts trailing 13-2 against the Medford Mustangs on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Swimming season is finally here. But remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Top of the order coming up for the Docs here in the bottom of the 8th. The leadoff man, Cade Johnson, will hit. Johnson had the first hit of the ballgame for the Docs today. The first hit is always brought to you by MSK True Value. Make sure you don't swing and miss with your next project. Head to MSK True Value and Building Supply located in Myrtle Creek and Tri-City. First pitch from Frankie Retigliano misses for ball 1. We've got some defensive changes that Brian is tracking. We'll go to him for those in a moment as a ground ball foul, third base side. 1-1 count.
Yeah, I need about 5 more minutes.
I believe Colton Morgan, the third baseman, that ball was foul. Everybody knew it was foul. He decided, I'm diving for that one. I want to see if I can make the play. Lights are on. One of the many projects they're looking to do here at Champion Car Wash Field is a swing and a miss on the 1-1 for strike 2. A lot of upgrades. Obviously, the field, the dugouts have been upgraded. Bathrooms have gotten some upgrades. Hitting facilities looking great. New net. As the 1-2 pitch is low, 2-2 count. They're looking to make some upgrades to the press box here, believe it or not. New scoreboard in left center. Lights are on the docket, something they're fundraising for and trying to get some new lights, as these ones have been used for a while. The 2-2 to Johnson. Ground ball left side. Morgan scoops it up, throws to first off the line. At first, the ball gets away. Nobody covering second base. Johnson, opportunistic, turns and heads to second. Coach Jeremiah Robbins is going to like to see that in the dugout. Aware and aggressive. Cade Johnson will get 2 bases out of an error.
I don't know who gets the error.
That's what I was wondering.
Probably at first base, but he was out originally. Yeah, Cade Johnson was going to be called out. It was a nice play at first by Bo Aldrich to catch that ball and put a tag on, but his arm kind of came across Cade's body, and the end of the mitt kind of whipped, and when it did, it whipped the ball into absolute no man's land behind second base.
So a runner at second to start things off in the 8th. Docs trail 13-2 here. Sebastian Watson, as they throw back to second. Oh, boy, they did have Johnson off the bag, but he gets back in time. I don't believe this is Watson at the plate because he was in left field, so I bet this is Jenks. Waiting to see his number. Soon enough, I'll start learning these guys by not just their jersey numbers, but by their faces and body types.
Isn't it something?
The first pitch, high, runner going, the throw, airmailed to left field. Johnson gets on, he's going to put the brakes on, goes back to the bag. Stolen base for Cade Johnson, and almost a throwing error to bring him home. Behind the plate, new man there. So you got a handle on who's where now?
I do. So around the infield at third base, Colton Morgan for Medford at short, Cameron Sewell, Johnny King still at second base, and Bo Aldrich at first.
Rutigliano on the mound. His pitch, it's a 1-0 count at least. The scoreboard is empty. 2 balls and no strikes.
And then in left field is Kyle Cope. Baragine still in center, and then Monty Spence at right.
Strike across on the 2-0 pitch with nobody out and a runner at third. And behind the plate
is Tristan Wallace.
Wallace back there. He was the one that a little amped up to try and throw out a runner at third. Strike across to even it up. 2 balls, 2 strikes for Jenks, I believe, is what we determined.
Yeah, 19 at the plate.
Yep. 2-2, ground ball towards short, should drive in a run. Jenks hustling down the line, will not beat out the throw from Sewell at shortstop. An RBI ground out for Justin Jenks, 1 away. Docs get their first run since the 5th inning. And they'll make it. No, excuse me. I had an extra run,
since
I think, on there, bro. Since the second inning.
Yeah, it's been real
I don't know why
quiet.
I wrote one down in there. Yeah.
The Docs had a runner at third base in the 3rd, and that's the last time they've had a runner in scoring position until that one right there.
So they bring one in, make it a 10-run ball game, 13-3, 1 out. And bring up Austin Takahashi, the shortstop. First pitch misses.
So if you think the changes and the depth of the rosters and all the eraser marks on your scorecard is significant tonight, wait till Saturday.
The 1-0 pitch is in for a strike, 1-1.
Because Pepsi, Diamond Sports 1 and 2, and the Docs, 4 games each day, doubleheaders.
A lot of action.
Everybody plays.
3 balls and a strike for Austin Takahashi. Delivering in, Rutigliano gets a swing and a foul ball back to the parking lot for Takahashi.
And all you got to do to enjoy it is bring an umbrella.
Yeah.
It's going to be wet.
Buy one of the orange
But I want to see this field play ball in the rain.
They can do it. The 3-2 pitch, Takahashi takes for ball 4. It does play through the rain, but we did see...
To a point, right?
Yeah, to a point. We did see during the spring season with Roseburg baseball that there was just a day where we had just gotten a ton of rain, and it wasn't raining at the time, but there was puddling on the field. And so you can do everything you can, but sometimes the Pacific Northwest just got our own mind made up. So runner on after the walk to Takahashi. First pitch swinging. Evan Martin drills another one to center field. It drops in for a hit. Takahashi going first to third. And the Doc Stewarts with runners on the corners after 1 run already in here in the 8th. Evan Martin, we saw him send a line drive shot to center field that went right to Cody Boragine. This time he hits it just a little off center, and it drops in for a hit. His first of the season and the first as a Doc Stewart.
All Evan Martin does is just Hit balls to center fielders.
Lace balls
around center field.
Dominic Titone will step into bat. I keep looking at my roster card, then looking to the plate, just wondering, am I about to get made a fool of because they've made another change?
Oh, but that happened like 3 innings ago.
It is Dom up the bat. Dom having a nice day with a pair of singles and a walk. Takes high for ball 1.
Yeah, it already happened.
Yes,
you made it. You survived it.
We're getting it all out of the way here in Game 1 of the season. The
Perfection
teams,
from here on out.
The teams are, the broadcasters are. We'll be
whatever.
set to go from here on out.
I'm absolutely out of hot dogs up here. I don't know what happened.
I could use a few, yeah. This is great. I'm not taking advantage of the fact that I've got somebody else who could just fill the airtime, and I can just sit here and eat.
You could have. Kind of late now there, bruv.
1-0 pitch. Titone swings through it for strike 1.
I was willing.
On the corners.
Back in the day.
Yes.
Tom Donegan and the crew in the Lions Den would take care of me.
Oh, boy. There's a reason why I fit into my waistband just a little bit tighter nowadays.
Or don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Outside to Dominic Titone, 2-1 count.
They do a hot dog, hamburger, cheese, nachos, Fritos, chili, onions combo.
You mean that's called the left side of the menu? The 2-1 pitch to Titone slaps left side of the field, but out of play.
It's called the LDL record breaker at your primary care provider.
Yes. Oh boy, yeah.
It's called "Don't Tell Your Wife What You Ate at the Ballpark Tonight."
Yeah, for sure. Do miss those guys down there in the lines, and they always took care of us. I've enjoyed as well the service we get from the crew from UCC that are down there manning the concession stand now as well. And shout out to them because they put a lot of work in during the summer. A lot of games to run during the summer here at Champion Car Wash Field.
You have to have them.
Yes.
They must be some food of some type at all times at the ballpark, obviously.
With the numbers of people that are coming through here, yeah.
Yeah. So I look forward to getting to know the menu down here.
It is your expected ballpark food down there. There's a 3-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Titone will go down. That'll be his first strikeout of the season. 2 away. Still runners on the corners for the Docs. Here in the bottom of the 8th inning. That is the 4th strikeout for Frankie Rutigliano. He struck out the side in the 7th. 2 down, Parker Burke will bat. Burke now pitching. Pickoff throw to first base. Martin back in safely. Yeah, they've got good stuff down there. So Docs trail 13-3. That's the reason we're talking about the concession stand, I think. This isn't Burke takes strike 1. Ballpark food at Major League level has gotten a little out there.
Wow, whatever. I have no way to. You have more experience with that lately than I do, I think.
Well, it's been a little while since I've been to a Major League game, but the 0-1 is popped up, and that'll play. In fact, I think I could probably find out. I would have to look it up, but I can remember the year. I think the last Major League Baseball game I went to, 2016, Game 2, Cleveland Indians, Chicago Cubs, World Series.
Wow.
0-2 pitch.
You've been to a
bounces
World Series.
Away, and coming in to score will be Takahashi on the wild pitch. Up to second base goes Evan Martin. Docs out a run. It is 13-4. At the plate, Parker Burke with a 1-2 count. And now a man at second base. Yeah, Game 2 of the World Series, my dad said, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. We got to do it. And I said, if you can float me some money, we'll make it happen. Tickets were $1,500 a piece. But we sat in right field. We went to Cleveland because Wrigley was too expensive to try and do that. But we saw the first win for the Chicago Cubs in a World Series game, and I want to say it was like 70 years since the last time they won a World Series game, and obviously they went on to break that 108-year streak of no World Series at all.
Right.
Wins.
Was it like 51 they won that last, or was it like 06?
I believe it was like 45 was the last time they won a World Series game. The last time they won the World Series was, of course, 1908. Back to second base goes the runner out there, Evan Martin, who had the single here in the 8th inning. 2 runs in so far for the Docs here in the bottom of the 8th. 13-4 your score. Medford in front. 1-2 pitch. Burke fouls off another one.
My only playoff baseball situation in Major League Baseball was in 2001 when the Mariners were so good, and they were going in. And here's how this is.
I know how
What?
this story ends.
No, it ended badly.
Not this specific story, but how that season. For the Mariners.
It's amazing. They never got a dogpile. They never got to dogpile the whole time because
that's the last
9/11 happened the week before they clinched. Nobody was in the mood.
Yeah,
it was super sad.
Yeah, that is just.
Among a thousand things, that
or
were
a
sad.
million reasons why it was sad.
Yeah,
yes,
right.
But that also is bad.
Oh, good. The inning gets to keep going.
There we go. Burke sneaks one through the left side. Runner coming to the plate. The throw behind him. Unable to get there in time. Evan Martin scores from second on the base hit by Parker Burke. Sliding the third baseman and shortstop. Neither able to get there in time. And that one finds its way through. Burke will drive in a run. The Docs have 3 here in the 8th. And making a little bit of noise.
That was great. That was excellent hustle by Evan Martin.
Like what I've seen out of him in his first year for the Docs. Hard hit ball, third base side. Picked up by the third baseman. Throw to third, gets away, or first gets away. Braxton Dill gets on base for the first time on the throwing error. And that is Morgan at third base. And he made a stab at third on a hard hit ball right at him. And then I think just maybe a little bit gun-shy, trying to fire it across the diamond, and it gets away.
Well, I was kind of laughing because he did the old yip as soon as the ball came to him. He kind of pulled his head, but he kept the glove down, so he had the ball on. I chuckled mid-play because he was really happy he had the ball, but then he threw it low.
13-5 your score. Docs trailing against Medford. Pitch softly hit towards short. Could be trouble. Fielding Sewell. Throw to first. Oh, that's a gem right there. Had to field, get it into the throwing hand, and across the diamond for the out, all in one motion, and he does it for the final out. Cameron Sewell retires Jordan White, and that will end things here in the bottom of the 8th. But the Docs will add 3 runs, and it is 13-5. Medford in front. 3 runs, 2 hits, 2 errors, 2 left on base. We go to the top of the 9th in this one. Doc Stewart's trailing Medford 13-5 on 541radio.com and on the score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
In the 8th inning, 3 runs were scored.
I think you realize how much energy you've lost until you start the hormone replacement process.
Our energy really started to wane. We were both gaining weight. My sleep pattern got really messed up.
One Peak Medical changed our lives individually and as a couple.
We're just a lot happier because we feel better. We're not tired and run down, and it just makes our lives easier and happier.
Hormone balancing can help with fatigue, anxiety, pain, and much more. Call or book online today at onepeakmedical.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Top of the 9th inning. It is a 8-run ball game now after the Docs put some runs on the board. Maybe we're in for some magic in the bottom of the 9th. We see Medford come up to bat. Bottom half of their lineup, but the lineup has changed drastically since we started this one, and it is Kyle Cope that is up to bat. I was waiting for his number to show up to determine if it was still him at the dish. Cope is 0 for 1 in the game with a strikeout back in the 7th. On the mound, Parker Burke still throwing for the Doc Stewarts. Joey Kieran and Brian Prowitz with you here. Next time we'll bring in Dan Bain with us and just make a party of it. Dan actually, I guess he's headed to Eastern Oregon. He was on my short list of people to call to see if they can fill in for me this weekend on Saturday. Brian will be doing that on Saturday, but Brian, Dan, and Kenny Sherman, you'll probably hear all of them at some point throughout the season here. The 0-2 pitch to Cope is in the air to right field, but it's not going to make it. It'll get caught just short of right field by the second baseman, Cade Johnson, for the first out.
It's like the Doc Stewart's broadcaster reunion tour or something.
Well, and I'll keep your number because
we'll audition. We're all auditioning. You
Yes,
can decide which one's the best, and then Dan can do all the rest of the games.
First pitch, strike one to Tristan Wallace, who was taken over at the catcher's position, gets his first at-bat of the day. Took the first pitch for strike one from Burke. Second pitch, tails outside 1-1. Doc Stewart's will be hosting the AAA American Legion State Tournament again coming up in July here. And as we've done every time here in the last couple of years that the Docs have hosted, we plan to broadcast every game as Burke loses the handle on the third pitch of the at-bat to Tristan Wallace, and it hits him.
Well, if you need, some coverage there.
I think we can probably put you in on the roster.
That second-day breakfast bracket loser out game, nobody wants to be in it.
Yeah,
8 o'clock
Dan's always getting stuck with that one.
Is he really? I'd rather be on the golf course. Sorry. I get to
So would
choose
Dan.
now. Oh, okay.
Let's see. On at first was Wallace. And that brings up, who do we got here? It's not Owen Thompson anymore.
Monty Spence, I
Monty
think.
Spence. That would make sense. Spence, yes.
Spence
the
makes sense.
Crown College freshman this last year. Redshirted out there, it looked like. Pick off throw. Nope, no throw there by Burke. But we'll broadcast. We do them on the video stream every game from the state tournament, so fans from all over the state that can't make it here, they can watch them online. So always a fun time, and we get a chance to do all the games from the tourney. And so, yeah, I'll keep your number handy there, Brian.
Yeah. I'll just say that I'm a lot older now than when I was doing games before. I'm like 50 now.
You only look 49.
Oh, you're a nice man. But what that means is I have a totally different perspective now on the players and the umps and the coaches and the visiting teams. And I feel like I was super hard on everyone the whole time before. And I look forward to,
making up for it?
Yeah, really.
1-2 pitch, pulled left side, gets by Takahashi. He stabbed at it but could not get it, just outside the reach of his glove. So Monty Spence will get a hit in his second trip to the plate. He is 1 for 1 with a walk and a single now. Runners at first and second, one away in the top of the ninth. Medford leading 13-5.
I know Tom Nelson really well. I knew Tom Nelson before, but Tom Nelson's like a big brother to me. I love that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact he's still out here, 50 years of calling baseball. I am 50. He started calling games when I was brand new born. He knows some stuff that I don't know.
Yeah.
And Jason McGuire and the umpires and all the officials we used to get calls on Monday about the things we said about them on Friday night and stuff. And it's just not necessary. And I just look forward to, the opportunity to pitch a little love on those guys every once in a while, So I'd encourage you to try that occasionally as well. Don't be so mean to the umps, Joey.
I try not to be because
we need them.
I will randomly see them out in the public. And then I don't... I want to enjoy those encounters. The 1-0 pitch. That one sliced out towards right field. It's going to find the alley here for Frankie Ritigliano. That one rolls close to the warning track, picked up by Tatone. 1 run comes in. They'll hold the runner, Monty Spence, at third. So 1 run comes in on a double by Frankie Ritigliano off of Parker Burke.
The next batter, number 1, Johnny King.
That'll make it 14-5. Medford in front with runners at second and third and 1 away in the top of the ninth. Johnny King stepping into bat for a third time tonight.
Have you ever coached youth baseball?
Not baseball, no. The first pitch from Burke is fouled. That one will go over the top of the visiting dugout down the first base side.
I have. And
Okay.
no visiting coach ever held runners at second and third with a chance to wheel them when I was coaching against them.
Oh,
never.
Gotcha.
They always would have wheeled them right there.
Gotcha. The 0-1 pitch fouled away by King.
And my point is, that was really nice.
That was
of Medford to hold it up. I think they could have probably scored Monty Spence easily and put Ritigliano at third.
Ritigliano's out at second base going, that was another RBI you stole from me there, Coach.
Yeah.
The 0-2 pitch from Burke. Got him in on the hands again, fought it off back to the net for King, and he's got the 0-2 count still. No, I coached my brother's YMCA basketball team back in the day, and actually got a technical in a YMCA basketball game as the coach. A ball softly hit to center field, diving for it, could not come up with it. Carson Dunn knocks it down. Throw goes to third, won't be in time, almost sliding past the bag. In safely is Retigliano as Johnny King picks up an RBI. And he ends up at second on the throw. So up to third goes Retigliano. Scoring was Spence. 2 runs in here in the top of the ninth for Medford. They stretch it back to a 10-run game at 15-5. Second and third with 1 away. King at second. Boy, close call there for Carson Dunn. His speed almost got him to a ball and almost a spectacular catch. Up the middle, off the glove for Burke. Goes to Takahashi. He recovers to make the play at first. They get 1 out. I guess that go down 1-6-3.
1-6-3.
Yeah. 1-6-3 on the put out for Cody Boragine. The leadoff batter makes the second out. Does drive in a run, though.
Number 16, Cameron Sewell.
It was Retigliano that scores. Johnny King goes to third. So 16-5. Runner at third with 2 down. First pitch low for ball 1 to Cameron Sewell, who is now at shortstop. So, yeah, I did full-on suit, tie, everything to a YMCA game. Threw down my clipboard and got teed up. Bounding ball through the middle. Takahashi behind second, just in time. Over to Evan Martin at first to retire Cam Sewell for the final out here in the top of the 4th inning. Excuse me, top of the 9th inning here. We're not moving backwards there. 3 runs come in for Medford. They lead by 10. Make it 11. 16-5. Numbers are hard. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Docs need a lot to try and stay in this one in the season opener against Medford on 541radio.com and on the Score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to, by hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations, top of the hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Bottom of the 9th inning coming up. Stick around for the post-game show. We'll recap it for you. Plus, we've got our Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game for the Dr. Stewart's. Mountain Mike's donating a $25 gift certificate for 1 player each game throughout the season for the Dr. Stewart's. So, Brian, we got to come up with a player of the game for Roseburg.
All right, well, and Joey and I are going to go ahead and take it to the top of the hour tonight in the post-game show. We'll just be here with you, like call-in post-game.
What else do we got to do? First pitch of the 9th inning. Frankie Retigliano on the mound. He will square off against Carson Dunn. Fouls it away for strike 1.
We're going to have Doc Talk here after the show tonight.
You're desperate for time on the radio again, aren't you? Ground ball up the middle for Dunn. Ranging to get to it. Sewell from behind second throws the first in time. And they'll get the out there at first base. Bo Aldrich on the receiving end of the 6-3 put out. 1 away. To the top of the order, it is...
Number 2, Sebastian Watson.
That was done, right? Yeah, so that was done in the 9 spot. So Sebastian Watson's going to get another at-bat. He started out in the number 2 spot. He comes back into the game in the number 1 spot as substitutions are made up as you go here today. First pitch swinging for Watson, and he will fly out to the shortstop. I'm curious. They're keeping the game changer down in the dugout for the Docs. I'm curious to see how they work this one all out, but, you know.
It's like a cornfield in Iowa, the substitution rules tonight.
I thought it was like, whose line is it anyways?
That's the broadcast.
The rules don't matter, and the points don't exist. 16-5 our score, bottom of the 9th, 2 away for the Docs. Up to bat, I believe Justin Jenks stepping in there. He is 0 for 1, but has an RBI on a ground out. Line drive shot past Frankie Retigliano on the mound. He laned out of the way. That one buzzed by into center field, and so a 2-out single for Justin Jenks. We'll keep the Docs going through their lineup.
That's the old Charlie Brown. Line drive back over the mound and spins and stuff. There used to be a cartoon.
I'm familiar with that one.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yeah.
I was just
Peanuts?
Yeah, good job. Way to go, Joey. Way to really hang in there.
First pitch swung on and fouled back by Austin Takahashi, who steps in. He is 0 for 3 in the game, walked the last time up. Oh, I do a little writing for the newspaper now, so I got to make sure I know about the comics because that's important.
Also references to popular culture or previously relevant, popular, semi-popular. Never mind.
0-1 pitch fouled away again. You're showing every bit of 50 if you're referring to the Peanuts as popular culture there. But, hey, they play Charlie Brown every Thanksgiving and Christmas.
It was popular.
Yeah. 0-2 count. Austin Takahashi at the dish with 2 away. A runner on at first base. Frankie Retigliano bounces one in. It gets by the catcher. Up to second base will go Justin Jenks. Wallace behind the dish. Couldn't control that wild pitch.
Hey, Charlie Brown is still popular when it's going to be one of the productions at UACT this winter.
I did see something about that.
So give some props.
1-2 high and away.
To old Charles Schultz and the Peanuts, which also might be an indication that it's a slightly lopsided score. 16-5 Medford.
Just a little bit. Season opener here. This is not one to road map the entire season on here. Just trying to get guys out there and see what we got on the roster. Is a 2-2 pitch fouled away by Takahashi.
Isn't that the wonderful thing about hosting the state tournament?
Does give you a little flexibility.
You could just, you groom these guys, you nurture them along, and then goodness knows. Who knows?
2-2 pitch, low and outside will make it a full count for Takahashi. Yeah, I mean, and
it changes everything.
Jeremiah has talked about that too, that they can do some things a little differently, put guys in spots, test out guys, and knowing that it doesn't hurt them, and they're doing things to try and make sure they're ready when July comes around for the AAA tournament. Ball hit to left field, gets in for a base hit. Takahashi will drive one in. Jenks comes in to score, throw to second base, not in time. Medford thought it was the third out, and in with a double is Takahashi just underneath the tag as he flies to left field to bring in one.
Number 17, Evan Martin.
Jenks scores from second, makes it 16-6. Takahashi trades places. Evan Martin is 1 for 2 with a couple of line drives to center, and they play him up the middle here. And he will pop this one up in foul territory, first base side. Aldrich calling for it. Bo Aldrich will make the play in foul territory, and that will wrap up our ball game here tonight. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base in the bottom of the 9th. The Doc Stewarts will fall to Medford 16-6, your final score. We will try to put together the numbers for you on a very busy night here at the ballpark. And we are underway in 2022. We'll take a 2-minute timeout and come back with the postgame show. We'll name our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to. By hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations, top of the hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Well, game one is in the books here from Champion Car Wash Field as we take a look at the numbers from this one. Medford, a winner 16-6 over the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. 16 runs on 19 hits and 3 errors for Medford. For the Doc Stewarts, 6 runs on 8 hits and 1 error in the ball game, as the Doc Stewarts will fall here tonight to 0-1 on the season. Medford will go to 2-0 on the year. Boy, it was a lot of scoring in this 9-inning contest. 3 runs in the first for Medford, 1 in the second, 1 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth, 6 in the 6th inning as they blew the game open, 1 in the 7th. And then in the 9th inning, they scored 3 runs in the top of the 9th, where the Docs get 1 back in the bottom of the 9th. 1 run in the first, 1 in the second for the Docs, 3 in the 8th, and 1 in the 9th inning in this one here this evening. Brian, I mean, nobody threw more than 3 innings in this one, so you give the win to the starter?
Whoever was the pitcher of record when Medford took the lead,
which
if he
would have been the first.
Go 5. So Julius Bolstad, I think, would get the start.
I think I would. He had the start.
He started. It feels like he started yesterday.
Yeah, it does.
It
feel
was
like
a long time ago.
So we'll put down Bolstad as your winner. That means Tristan Ledbetter, we knew that he was unfortunately in the lost position after he came out after 3 innings of work. So Ledbetter will fall in his first start for the Docs. Tristan Ledbetter, 3 innings work, gave up 6 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, 1 strikeout, 1 hit batter. And you had him for all 4 of those runs being earned.
Yes, I did. Unofficially.
Eli Jacobs, Jace Johnson, Parker Burke all throwing in this game for the Docs. Getting the win, Julius Bolstad, 2 innings work, gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, and 1 walk and no strikeouts. And we'll put down Bolstad as your winning pitcher, starting for Medford. Tanner Douglas threw 2 innings, Cameron Sewell threw 2 innings, and Frankie Retigliano came in and threw the final 3 innings in this one.
Yeah, well, after the Docs knocked in a run in the second, and then in center field, Barajin made an incredible diving catch on a drive by Parker Burke.
Yep.
And then the Docs went 1-2-3, 1-2-3, had a base hit that was erased on the front end of a 6-4-3 double play, and then 3 strikeouts in a row at the bottom of the order in the 7th. So from the 3rd, when they had a runner at third base, the Docs didn't have anybody get to second base for 4 innings before breaking out for some offense in the 8th and then putting something on the board in the 9th. And I always sit in here in the postgame show, and you look out there at Coach, whether it's Jeremiah Robbins or Rod Trask or Scott Shaver talking to the team, and I'm just wondering what he would be saying right now. And if I could guess, it would be, hey, guys, you got your uniforms yesterday. We had 1 workout. We got our first game out of the way. What you saw out of Medford is what we need to be. But guess what? We're young. Everybody's going to get their turn. You're going to go on the hill. You might get knocked around. But guess what? You're going to keep fighting, and we're going to keep playing good ball, and we're going to play fundamental, and we're going to run, and we're going to bunt. We're going to get them on the run. We're going to keep them on the run. And I can just imagine the long-term goal here is better baseball out of every player in that left field circle out there.
Yeah.
And tonight's just the first step of, like, the next thing of your baseball career.
Mm-hmm.
It happens to be the first night of Doc Stewart's season 2022.
It is the first game underway. Doc's going to 0-1, and, I'm sure the message is, look, that was just our first chance to get out there and do it. Now you see what's going to be needed, and we work from here. So the Docs will continue on. Those were some of the numbers here. We'll take a look at some of the offensive numbers after a quick timeout, and we'll come back and name our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game as well. And we'll get you a look at what's scheduled to come up this weekend. Two-minute timeout, and we wrap things up in our final segment of the postgame show here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Chris. 2016, I got lymphoma stage 3 cancer and went through radiation for 6 months. I was exhausted all the time, and that's when I found One Peak Medical. My family life got better because I was more attentive and more energy. Because of One Peak Medical, I'm back doing everything I love to do.
Hormone balancing can help with fatigue, anxiety, pain, and much more. Call or book online today at onepeakmedical.com.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
The first night of Legion baseball at Bill Gray Legion Stadium at Champion Car Wash Field sees the Doc Stewarts on the losing end of an effort against the Medford Mustangs. 16-6 your final score. Joey Kieran and Brian Prowitz here with you as we get things off and rolling in 2022. Got your Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game coming up here in just a little bit. Quick look at scramble of the offensive numbers here. Cody Boragine had a great day from Medford at the top. He had 3 hits in this one, had 2 RBI. Cameron Sewell, a triple, single, double. He drove in 1. He finishes 3 for 6 in this game with a sac bunt. He went to the plate 7 times in a 9-inning game. Tanner Douglas had 2 singles, drove in 3 runs. Bo Aldrich with a single. Jace Miller had a walk, scored a run. Colton Morgan with a single and 2 plate appearances. Aiden Horsley had 2 singles, drove in a run, had a walk. Jeremiah Robbins, the catcher from Medford, had 2 singles in this one with a walk. And Tristan Wallace came in his spot eventually, got hit by a pitch to get on base. Owen Thompson had a single and a sac fly for an RBI. Behind him, Monty Spence with a single and a walk. Frankie Retigliano got on base, hit by pitch, walk, and a double. He had 2 runs driven in, scored twice. Caleb Long, a single, 2 walks. And Johnny King had a single and an RBI in there as well. So I think pretty much every position accounted for a hit.
Yeah, and Medford got 5 of the first 6 guys on. Started the inning with a runner on base 5 of the first 6 innings.
Yeah.
And scored 4 of those 6 times. A couple of those times were leadoff walks, which score like 75% of the time.
You
so
never
that's,
like those.
That's how their offense got going.
For the Dr. Stewarts, leadoff man Cade Johnson had a hit in his first at-bat. Ended up with just the one hit in the game. Sebastian Watson did not have a hit. Justin Jenks gets a single in 2 at-bats. Austin Takahashi had a double in the 9th inning to drive in a run, also walked and scored a run. Evan Corbin goes 0 for 2. Evan Martin came in. He was 1 for 3 with a single to center. Dominic Tatone was 2 for 3 in the game with 2 singles, a walk, and a run scored. Parker Burke goes 1 for 4 with an RBI single. Knox Hubbard 1 for 2 in the game with a single. Braxton Dill goes hitless. Jace Johnson 0 for 3 in this one. Actually, I think he was 0 for 2 with a walk, and then I think that was Jordan White in that spot that grounded out to shortstop. Carson Dunn in the 9th spot goes 0 for 3 with a sac fly for an RBI in this one. So kind of some areas to work on, but Doc saw some good pitchers and a Medford club that just slightly ahead in their process getting started this season, and they'll look to try and use this as a learning moment and a growing moment here today. It's time now to name our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game. Mountain Mike's Pizza the way it ought to be. Find them over there off of West Harvard Avenue by the 124 interchange with I-5 and just a hop, skip, and a jump away from Roseburg High School. Tonight's player of the game for the Docs will be Dominic Tatone, getting a $25 gift certificate. One player each game will be awarded the player of the game honor from Mountain Mike's throughout the season. Well, that'll wrap it up. Looking forward, we've got games all this weekend. 2 games on Saturday for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. They'll be playing at Northwest Diamond Sports Team 1 and 2. It's not a traditional doubleheader with games back-to-back. There will be a break in between as Pepsi gets a game in there as well. But coming up on Saturday, it will be Doc's 1:15 pregame for the first game, 6:15 pregame for the second game. Hopefully things all stay on target there. And then on Sunday, it'll be 12:15 pregame for Game 1, 5:15 for Game 2. After the completion of Game 2, we'll be going to coverage of Oregon State baseball in the Super Regional. So Beaver fans that might be tuning in, we will have coverage of the Beavers. We might just join it a little bit late in those ones, unfortunate on the timing. And we'll see how the weather plays out, everything. Brian will be in on Saturday. It'll be radio only on Saturday as Brian fills in. I'll be back on Sunday. We'll get the video stream back up and running, and we'll have all 4 games this weekend for you as long as they get in here at Champion Car Wash Field. So Brian Prouts, want to say thanks for joining us here tonight, man. I had a blast doing it, and I look forward to getting a chance to have you in the booth doing it for us again on Saturday.
This has been so much fun. Like 12 years of waiting to, not like, anyway, 12 years ago, last game. Great to be back. And Joey, so much fun. And everybody, all the folks here at Legion Field, so much fun to see them.
You get to see all your old friends
Jake
again.
Heidert and those guys on the way in. I mean, it's fun. It's just great to be at the ballpark, and I'm just really tickled to have a chance to get back in here and play around on the radio a little bit.
Well, it was a blast to have you in here with us tonight, and appreciate that, and appreciate you filling in coming up on Saturday, and we'll have those games for you. Want to say thanks to head coach Jeremiah Robbins and the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts for allowing us to bring you another season of Doc Stewart's baseball here on The Score. Thanks to Brenton Cranford back in the studio for the radio production here tonight. And as always, thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast, because, of course, without you, well, tonight I wouldn't be a guy sitting here talking to myself, but it would have been a lot weirder if it was just the two of us sitting here talking to ourselves. So I'm Joey Keyran. It's great to have you with us. We'll talk to you guys coming up again on Saturday when Brian fills in, has Doc Stewart's versus Northwest Diamond Sports, 1:30 first pitch, 1:15 pregame. Catch it right here on the radio only, or you can listen to the online stream as well, but radio, audio only coming up this weekend. We'll have it for you on Saturday right here on Douglas County's home for sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.